Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes out, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty who's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the train station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes are killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a coin. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts. Call me Santa. Claus, I make her heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'm a go-getter. Since I'm a go-getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine, brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it, beautiful girl. Sparkling night, killing time. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we're done enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. How's everyone doing? Good? Let me see. Oh God, what's going on here? Everybody good? If you can hear me loud and clear, please do let me know in the chats. Just say loud and clear. I'm a little bit clumsy, okay? But we're gonna get through this. Welcome back. D-Lo, good to see you. So on your way in, please hit that like button. Thank you so much. On your way in, hit that like button. Let me just see here. All right. Can you guys hear me clearly? Everything good? If you can hear me loud and clear, let's get to it. All right. Like I said, I'm a little clumsy. Today we're talking about a story that just literally broke out in the last few minutes. I might have an additional story for you. I'm actually going to be reading the story to you. There are big lessons in it. Okay. So, but I'm going to read it out to you first. You can hear me loud and clear, right? Loud and clear, yes. Awesome. I see everyone. D-Love, good to see you. Angela, good to see you. Welcome back. Why does it feel like I haven't been here in 5 days? Jesus. You know what? That's why. I took last night off. I did have a live session that was like 3 hours long in the morning yesterday just to test out something. I was too exhausted. I couldn't do it again. So I decided to just run that video, the rebroadcast of the Canadian story, right? Welcome back. Good to see you. I see Gomez here. Good to see you. I see Yvette. Good to see you. All right. I don't know. I feel like I'm hearing this funny noise in the background. I think I know why. Let me see. Oh, I know why. All right. Good. You guys couldn't hear it, but I could hear it. It was bothering me. Good to see you. Yes, I was exhausted, even though I thought I wasn't using too much energy, but nah. So I decided but that's why we have more than enough material to always release. But yeah, today we have this hot news that's coming out, and we're gonna talk about it. But before we get into that, let's cover some house rules first of all. Welcome back. Just let me know you can hear me clearly, right? Loud and clear. Yes. Are we good? On your way in, again, like I said, hit that like button, share this video, share. This is a breaking news. It's a breaking news, but it's all allegations, okay? Everything on this show is allegations, okay? Unless I'm telling my personal stories. Everything on this show is all allegations by other people, not necessarily myself. Allegedly, okay? So what we're going to cover today is one of those. So let people know, because we're going to talk about this. It's just breaking, so there's a good chance you haven't seen it yet. And it's about some of this Nollywood celebrities. They're like the gift that keeps giving. And it is what it is. They're some of the biggest influencers of our culture, right? The way we dress, the music we listen to, the way we operate, the slangs that we other, right? All those kind of things, right? They are the big influencers, apart from the pastors, of course, in Nigerian pop culture society, of course. If you're not part of the Prestige family yet, you can join join us on WhatsApp, particularly so I can notify you when I do go live. For example, right now, because I was trying to put this together, I didn't notify, but everyone in there should know we're live at 5 p.m. anyway. As you notice, I decided to push the time by 5 minutes, right? If that link doesn't work, you can use this link. Over here, we talk about everything: relationships, power, seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence, patience, love. And then we talk about marriage. Now, when people don't prepare to learn all the 7 things, right? This is where they end up. When they engage marriage and they're not prepared for all the 7 things, they will end up with a story like I'm about to share with you right now. So it's about to be mad. Share. I'm gonna start reading some pidgin English, sadly, but I'll convert if I feel like it's too I'll interpret if I feel like it's too conk. Okay. All right. And if you're looking for my books and you're looking for coaching, the coaching is paid, just so you know. Coaching with us is paid. There's no free coaching or free personal advices because I simply can't afford it, right? Because it involves my personal time beyond content creation. So, but if you're looking for personal advice, personal coaching and counseling with me and my wife, you can go through that link as well. Everything is on that page. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's see what's in the happen. Who dey here? Yvette says, I know Pigeon. Go ahead. That's what's up. Gorex, welcome. All right. So let's get into it. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Hit that like button. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen right now. Okay. And then I'll read. I'll share a little slightly on the side like this and I'll read. Okay. Because you won't be able to read. It's too tiny anyway. But at least you can follow me along. This story is involving MC OLUOMO, who is the chairman of the, I don't know what they call them, the chairman something driver association, garage association in Lagos State. It's a well-known popular person in Nigeria. It involves IBRAHIM CHATA, who is another fine actor, I might say, right? Fine actor, like he's really good at what he does, right? We also have YOMI GOLD, another one, right? We also have a guy who apparently was one of the associates of Hush Puppy, right? And his wife, okay? This case is a case of paternity fraud, infidelity, pro-max, all of that, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and read. I don't want to waste any further time here, all right? Oh, all right. So this shout out to Gist Lover, wherever that is. Oh Lord, Again, nothing being said here is absolute truth. These are all allegations, okay? But there are also elements in the story that makes you feel like, why would anybody want to lie about this, right? Why would anyone want to lie about this, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead. Let me just make sure that I'm doing proper. Chiye, welcome. How you doing, Chiye? I see Liz. Good to see you, Liz. Good to see you. All right, welcome. All right, let's get into it. Hit that like button as you're coming in. I'm going to start reading right about now. Hello, Tue. Jesus Christ. These people, man. Anyway, but we have to cover this stuff, okay? Because these are the biggest influencers of our society, okay? Lagos big boy Mosh. I never knew what that was until today, okay? Mosh and his wife Aduke Doyin, popularly known as Creamy's hair marriage, hits the rock over paternity fraud and several infidelity. Okay now, like this matter take happen. Mosh na Hush Puppy and Woodbury friend, okay? I don't know who that, okay, I think it's this guy, this tall guy, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll find out at some point, okay? Anyway, he rose to stardom those days when Hush himself was reigning. Now, Mode Olowo, one thing led to another. He met Aduke and Shank all him Okay, shake all his girlfriend when they been day together. I don't know. Maybe got rid of them, something like that. Pardon me, my pidgin is not the best. Okay. And then before Pepe rests, he met Doyin Creamy's heir. They dated for a while. He then proposed and wedding entered prior to when Aduke agreed to marry Mosh. She had a godmother. The godmama was Nollywood actress Bimbo Thomas, which I know her name, but I don't like. I can't put a face to that. I know Bimbo Akintola, but Bimbo Thomas. I've been hearing that name for a while, but my wife will probably know more, right? And again, they entered marriage. She got proposed to. They entered marriage. What do we know about marriage today, right? What do we know? Most people. Hold on 1 second. Oh, that's crazy. Most people, what do we know about marriage today? Most people that are getting married today, especially in the Nigerian society, they're getting married. A big part of that is because of what it looks like on social media, on Bella Niger, the lights, camera action, the fireworks, right? Everything is a big business right now, right? And these are the guys driving it, especially when somebody's an associate of Hush Puppy and Woodbury. You know that they're spending money that they don't necessarily, that they haven't earned. They're spending it on this type of wedding. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are copying these people. Anyway, let's keep going. She had a godmother. The godmama was Bimbo Thomas, and she introduced her to some top Nollywood celebrities. That's how Madame Aduke found her way into the industry of Dumo. One thing led to another in the course of wanting to be everywhere. She jammed Bobrisky. And Bobrisky is what do we call it? A cross-dresser, a very popular cross-dresser in Nigeria. Yes, there are cross-dressers in Nigeria now, and they're getting more popular. All right. They were very close for a while before them fight. No long after, she jammed Taiwo. That means she met Taiwo, popularly known as Busty. Busty is a renowned lesbian in the industry and a jealous lover at that. When they met, people want her to stay off Taiwo because the likes of Iniedo, Uche Jumbo, they're dropping names, and the rest are avoiding Taiwo after their encounter with her, but she turned deaf ears to them. And Taiwo continued from where Bimbo stopped, introducing her to every Dick and Harry for industry. And you know, for this, the Yoruba industry, Yoruba Nollywood industry, Yoruba Nollywood film industry, once they see that you're rich or your husband is rich, they call it carry for hand. So I'm trying to do a little bit of interpretation I can catch. Okay, once they see that you're rich or your husband is rich, basically I guess they start to become friends with you. So she started getting invitees for parties. That's a very, very common thing in Nigeria. Okay, that's a very, very, very common thing in Nigeria. Once people know that you're rich, you know, everybody wants more people that can spray money and stuff like that in their party. People that can drop money, people that socialites, you know, people that attract people to their party so that people can say their parties was the biggest, it was the talk of town, basically, right? I will take some breaks so I can make sure I'm catching your comments if there are any. So she started getting invitees for parties all along. Mosh was spoiling her. Because again, if it's true that Mosh was part of the Woodbury and all this type of people, Woodbury and Hush Puppy type of people, scam artists, right? If it's true, they didn't earn the money. So of course they're spending it anyhow. And what do we know about our girls of nowadays? They expect you to spend just like you see it on social media, right? And if you can't spend like you see it on social media, they'll tell you to go and sign up for IT classes and stuff like that, and you too can start earning some money. Yes, Nigerian people in the abroad are copying the same things. They are overseas here and they're doing the same thing. They say, hey, you too, you should ride a Range Rover. You should be in a Mercedes Benz. There's nothing wrong with those things. I like fine things too. I do. Okay. But if you're going beyond your resources to do these things, or you're pushing your husband to go beyond his resources to look a certain way. What is the certain way? Like what it looks like on IG, right? Who's driving that culture? Again, the celebrities. Okay, a lot of them, they can't afford the lifestyle that they're actually trying to live themselves, but they have followers, right? You can see the 2 million monitoring spirits, you can see the 3 million followers. So of course it looks good on the surface, and you're one of the people following them, and you're being influenced by what you see, right? Okay, there are some of them that earn their living legitimately, but it's very few. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Very, very few. Let's keep going. All along, Mush was spoiling her. That's the big boy guy, right? That's the actual husband. Remember, they got married. Giving her money back to back, bought her properties in Lekki, bought her Range Rover. Their marriage was the envy of all and sundry. I don't know what that means. Until, all right. So until they're going to move on to the next section of the story. Before we move on to the next section of the story, let me make sure I am checking in with my people. All right. We do have, let's see who else we have here right now. If anybody. We have Isabel. Isabel, good to see you. How are you? And what else? Najislova scatter Niger last. Go scatter Niger last. Hey, voila. Excuse me. Gislova never comes in peace. She's always coming in pieces. Liz says stories like this fuel the men to demand DNA. I understand. But the issues are deeper than DNA. As always, as you can see in the 7 things that I cover here, I don't cover DNA, right? But if you're asking for DNA, if DNA is your issue, your issues are deeper than DNA. But yes, if you have that question, you should start from there. Ask for the DNA, right? But that's not the real issues. Let's see. Gura says Bimbo Thomas is a big, thick, and ebony. Oh yeah, I don't know. There's so many of them like that. Bobrisky is a senior man, senior man. Let's see. Me, I hardly go to parties. Could it work? Well, we know that. Let's see. Like Pretty Mike of Lagos. Yes, you become a socialite and you're invited to every party. So I don't know what that guy does for a living, so I can't speak too much to that. No, you're not that late. It's okay. We'll catch up. We'll talk about this. We all do like nice things, but let's not do past ourselves. Exactly. Right? But again, it's a little bit hard, not for me, but clearly for a lot of people, to not follow the trends that they see on social media. That's the problem, Lady Navo, good to see you. How are you? Good to see you. All right, so let's get back to the story. Let me go on to the next one here. Oh Lord, let's see. All right, so I think the next one is this. Okay, until Taiwo came fully into their marriage. Remember this Taiwo lady, busty, lesbian lady that she's been following around, right? Fully into their marriage and introduced her to lesbianism. Proper one, though, all allegedly, okay? She was Taiwo's partner, and Taiwo, being a jealous lesbian, told her to stay away from APL woman, but she can do, straight woman, but she can do men, okay? All right, so she should stay away because she's a jealous lesbian. She said stay away from women, but she can mess with men, right? In fact, she started introducing her to almost all the industry men. That's what Taiwo Elite does. She licks your plate and also serve you round to other industry guys. Just imagine this type of lifestyle, right? Okay, just imagine that, right? Now, you might say that would never be me. Just hold your guards, okay? And just make sure you're surrounded by certain types of people. Because listen, you influence the world we live in, and the world we live in influences you. Stop the cap, okay? I don't have access to the effects right now. Let's keep going through this first, right? Anyway, Bimbo, who is the godmother, saw all of this and warned her to stay away from Taiwo, but guess it was too late. Before we know what was going on, Aduke began jump from one hotel to another. In fact, sometimes back, she was caught in a club with Sexy Steel kissing. Another name, another actor out of Nigeria. What is going on in that industry? Jesus Christ. Is this all lies? You think this is all lies? There's somebody right there in the comment. No, just listening. And you're like, yeah, G-Slova is a liar though. Let's keep going, right? I don't know if this is all lies. This is all allegedly. But names are being dropped, okay? All right. The matter was reported to Mosh, but he discarded it. Mosh is the husband, okay? Somebody reported to him. He discarded it and said it's not true. Mosh, on the other hand, was also enjoying his own life too. Clubbing with friends, staying out and all, while the wife was all over Lagos too. Number one, Magodo souvenir. Yes. Magodo is a popular estate in Lagos. Okay. Amidst all of this, their marriage was still going on well. What does that mean? What does that mean? You mean on the surface, as in like, as far from the outside looking in, right? But anyway, let's keep going, right? It doesn't sound like they ever had a marriage, but let's keep going. Mosh opened massive shop for her, bought her several cars and properties in Lekki, until December last year, when Mosh just bumped into his wife's shop for one beautiful evening. Okay, I guess it bumped into his wife's shop one beautiful evening. Fuji artist, right? And the music artist in Nigeria, MALAIKA, another name being dropped. How many names so far? Right? We have Bimbo Thomas, Bobrisky, right? And then we have Sexy Steel so far, right? Those are the only popular people we've heard so far, right? 3, right? Fuji artist MALAIKA, right, was just coming out of Aduke's office, zipping his trouser when Mosh entered. What? That's crazy. But maybe he just went in there to use the bathroom. Maybe he went, like, you stop by somebody's store. We call it stores here, right? A shop. We call it a store here. You stop by somebody's shop, a Chinese restaurant or a buffet somewhere. Say, where's the bathroom, please? Or a Walmart or Walgreens, right? A supermarket. He said, where's the bathroom? And then you're coming out of the bathroom and you just zip in, and then the owner's husband happened to be walking in. Is that our cue to start to assume that something happened? I'm just saying. Let's assume the best case scenario here, right? I always teach to assume best case scenario. Let's keep going. Anyway, he was zipping his trouser when Mosh entered. MALAIKA left the scene hurriedly, and Mosh took up the case with Aduke, the wife. She denied bluntly that MALAIKA came to fix something in her office knee. So not use the bathroom, fix something. Fix what? But anyway, let's keep going. She even did cry, say Mosh accused him wrongly. Now so that's how they took the matter until recently, when two of them went to a club. Aduke got drunk and opened her phone. See, again, the lifestyle. See, when sometimes I'm able to predict certain things, right? Or assume certain outcomes, because your lifestyle is the biggest driving force of how you behave. Not your intentionality. See, I want to be intentional, right? Intentional. I watch intentions end up in the mud all the time, okay? Because emotions is not your mate. Don't be your mate, right? So when people say intentions, I like it. Be intentional, but I want you to first be intentional with your emotional intelligence. Because everything else, if you don't take care of that part first, will end up in the poto. I want you to note that, okay? All right, so anyway, they took the matter, they went to club, and when clubbing, she left the phone open because she was drunk. Aduke got drunk and opened her phone. The thing is, both their phones are passworded, so nobody checks each other's phone. In fact, as Aduke opened the phone, Mosh didn't intend to check it until one funny message popped up. I can't wait to F you in the US. Oh, I gotta keep this clean. I would like to say the real word because I'm actually a customer in real life, but we gotta keep this clean, okay? I can't wait to F you in the US. Mosh eyes first clear. F you, Bawo. I can't imagine. I feel so sorry for him. I feel so sad. Jesus Christ. Someone's wife. F you, Bawo, my own wife. That was how he took his time to begin ransack the phone. That's where all the celebrities' life were, let me say it in pidgin. Now there, all una celebrities' life spoil put. Basically, inside the phone is all of the celebrities' secrets were, right? He saw the nudes Aduke exchanges with her lesbian partner. He saw a lot of conversation and porn video of LATEEF Oladimeji. How many names so far? Bimbo. Who else? Bobrisky, right? Okay, that's about 5 so far. LATEEF Oladimeji, another 5. About 5 celebrities so far. Please help me list it in the chat, okay? If you're listening to me, please list the names so far in the chat. We have Bobrisky. No, we had Bimbo Thomas. We have Bobrisky. We had Sexy Steel. There was another Malaika. And then we have LATEEF Oladimeji now. That's 5 different celebrities because one person was moving recklessly. How many lives so far is about to be dragged through these mugs? Right? 5 big time brands, literally brands. Okay, let's keep going. He broke down into tears. Okay, so he saw a lot of conversation and porn video of LATEEF Oladimeji and Aduke. That sounds like they were doing something together. He broke down into tears at that moment because according to him, he said he still bought the Ashebi of LATEEF wedding. LATEEF just got married and he was all over the place. In fact, he was just singing gospel Muslim on Auntie Shola Allison's stage. You know, it's a guy that's well respected in the industry and he just got married. Everybody's like, wow, this guy just got married. Well, it's about to get ugly, right? Let's keep going. So he just bought Ashebi of LATEEF wedding for his wife, not knowing that the two of them were knocking, they were doing kirewa. Anyway, let me go. I think there's one more. So far. Let me refresh because I think she was still releasing them when we came live. Okay, let me just refresh. Okay, if she doesn't continue or he doesn't continue, I'm talking about Jeans Lover. We have more than enough to talk about anyway. Okay. Now, so Mosh begin to search all of the phone. That's how Mosh started to search the phone, all the phones. He first entered Aduke's conversation with her godmother Bimbo, who arranged him for MC. MC, I think is MC OLUOMO, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was his picture on the pages. Let me see. Let's go back here. Yeah, MC OLUOMO is on the picture right here, right? From there, it sees Malaika's, I guess, conversations and confirmed it because as of December, this girl still denied it, right? Remember, Malaika was coming out of the store and I was speaking for him and said maybe he just went there to use the bathroom, right? But then she said, what did she say again? She said he came there to fix something. Fix what? Fix what? But anyway, let's keep going. Your imagination is as good as mine. Maybe not as good. But anyway, Malaika go dey hail for party. Okay, Malaika will be praising her at parties, like hailing her. You know how they spray money and all that kind of stuff, right? Malaika is a music artist who plays at parties, apparently. Ashe Baba, they shift her pants too. Oh, that's what they were fixing, the panties. From there, he entered LATEEF own. So he's looking through the phones now, right? From there, he got into LATEEF's own. From there, Uncle IBRAHIM CHATA, that's 6th name. IBRAHIM CHATA, right? That's the sixth celebrity's name in this story. From Uncle Chata, then come enter the main culprit. This one, no, they clean mouth. Oh, that means this person does not just eat, a little bit and leave the rest, like not in a messy way, right? This one wants to eat everything. Let's continue. This one, no do clean mouth. Oh, this one give Aduke belle, and that means got Aduke pregnant. No, I have to. Oh my God. Oh Lord, I don't think I have it. Jesus Christ, I don't have it. This was a good.
Oh my days,
Hey, but let's keep going. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy news. Where there's no smoke without fire. We don't know if this is all true. This is all allegedly, but it's out there. This one give Aduke belle, and they are both aware of it. In the conversation, they were able to tell. So it's not just assumption. I immediately Mosh reached that side. He almost passed out. As soon as he saw that part of the conversation, he almost passed out. They had to call friends to come stay with him. Aduke self don't use force snatch phone. So she took the phone and ran out of the house that night too. Naso must go get better hacker. Okay, Naso must go get better hacker. So he went to hire a hacker and then hacked into her email. She deleted a lot on her WhatsApp and stored some on her email. It was hacked, and Mosh got a lot of your favorite nudes like this. It was after. Now he can't do anything with this story. He cannot do anything with those nudes because that would become revenge porn. And I'm not sure if that's criminal, right? That's against the law in Nigeria, I think. You can't do that, right? So don't expect to see any nudes for the weirdos out there. But anyway, it was after he hacked the email, he discovered the person that has the firstborn. The person will get the firstborn. Now one guy for Yankee, Obi, now you. Anyway, let's keep going. And Yomi, I'm not talking about any Obi, by the way. That just came to my head. I just wanted to pick on my Igbo people for a second. And I was gonna say Femi Tunde, but I was like, no, let me switch it, right? But anyway, and Yomi Gold owned the second child. That's the seventh name. Yomi Gold allegedly owns the second child. What has Mosh been doing? Jesus. After Aduke C say she don't cast. She quickly deactivated her Instagram page. If you know this lady, I don't know what this lady is, some Aduke lady, creamy hair, some. If you know her, go check if the Instagram page is live. You can do all your investigative work right now if you can on a computer. I didn't know most of these people. Okay, so it's just that this is a marriage influence story and our society today, and that's why I have to talk about it, right? Yeah, this is a lot. After Aduke C say she don't cast, hit that like button. Hey, let's hit that like button. Let's get our weight up here. Hit that like button. I beg. Hit that like button. Thank you. Let's see. Let's hit that like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, let's keep going. Let me see here. All right. So we have a seventh name. So Yomi Gold owns the. Let me see here. It's so tiny. I have to look for where I stopped. Okay. Yomi Gold allegedly owns the second child. After Aduke C say she don't cash, she quickly deactivated her Instagram page and attempted to run. Mosh go the shop where him open for Aduke. He went to the shop, the store he opened for Aduke. He destroyed all the things that was there. Aduke, where come the make mouth? Aduke was now talking on Snapchat. I couldn't wait. And now so that's how she bought tickets and wanted to carry the children run. I they speak Pidgin/English. As much talk say he needs to do DNA. So he wanted to do DNA and then she wanted to escape with the children because obviously she probably has access to the Yankee, to the Johns, right? But she was not able to travel as much done the loud the matter for Snap. So he was making noise on Snapchat, okay? Immediately Aduke saw that the matter don't cast. She turned back and threatened Mosh with police and EFCC. So she turned around and started threatening him with EFCC, knowing fully well that he was also allegedly a Yahoo boy. That means he's a scam artist. Okay, that means he's a scam artist. She arranged with the police yesterday, to come pick Mosh up so he can write a statement that he won't spill what happened in the family for social media. But luckily for Mosh, he wasn't at home when the police came there. As it is now, there is confusion in the camp of all Aduke's side prick. as them two no know whose nude Mosh go release first. He can't. It will be criminal for him to release those nudes, because I think that would be revenge porn. When I feel wake up tomorrow, see Alaji prick for Mark Zuckerberg. na MC Tuta nudes. MC Tuta. Okay, so he said Tuta when he was talking on social media instead of Twitter, right? MC Tuta nudes and porn yakpa, even her lesbian part. Okay, so a couple of lessons here. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna go through your chat. Let me just say number one lesson right here. Okay, you're getting comfortable with your partner. You're recording videos of your intimate sessions. I know, right? That's the times we live in. It's not a big deal. You're just trying to spice things up, right? I know what you mean. You're trying to just spice things up. It's dangerous. Hit that like button. I'm coming to the chat right now, because I don't yakpa for there. Hit that like button. My thumbnail is not solid. So my thumbnail and my title is not solid. So that's why we couldn't get there. But that's fine. We're here. We're here. Let's talk about this. This is crazy. So you know where the thumbnail came from now. Like, Wahala. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Yes. Somebody say egg by me. Oh, Lord. I'm looking at the time. We got a couple more stories to cover. Let me see. Social media is going to be the end of many, many people. The end of many, many people. I am low on likes. Let's get the likes up to 35. Thank you. Let's get the likes up to 35. Thank you so much. All right. Let me see where to start from. I'm looking at your chats. Okay. I'm looking at your chats right now. That's where to start from, because you guys will give me the juice that I need to assess this. First thing first, please avoid taping yourself with your intimate sessions. Okay. Go and buy an old camera, very, very old camera that's not connected to the wall, that's not connected to internet. It's not capable. You can't. There's no Wi-Fi on it, and there's no cable to connect it to any type of Ethernet. Okay. If you need to tape yourself, you want to watch with your partner, with your husband, with your wife, don't use your phone. Okay. I'm hearing way too many people saying, by mistake I posted something on Snapchat. Because, sometimes you post on Snapchat, like, why are you taking original pictures with Snapchat? Why? Because of the filters. Hey, Hey, hey. See, let's see where we are. Yes, we all do like nice things. She said this one rough. It's rough. It's rough. Yeah, sorry. I was on a different page. So I'm looking, they had an open marriage or something. Clearly they didn't, right? Open marriage is another thing that for the most part, I want to say.
Stop the cap.
Most people are, if you are thinking marriage, you're not capable of open marriage. You need to stay single and do you. Just do that responsibly, right? So that you don't spread disease to people that that may have weak moments and stuff like that, right? No excuse for people with weak moments, just what it is, right? But this is fix something, all right. Yeah, we kind of figured he was fixing somebody's panties. Apparently, I was trying to give excuse for him, like maybe he just went there to use the, Jesus Christ. Oh God. Well, this is massive trouble. This is trouble. Let me see who else is saying something. Yvette says she's listening attentively. I tried to do some translations there. He shocked me. Yeah.
He shocked you.
Yeah. So, yeah. So if you, number one, this guy cannot use these videos. It will add to his trouble because allegedly he's a scam artist. He's a Yahoo boy, allegedly. The last thing he wants, if he wants to be a big boy and be roaming around Lagos, Margodo, they said, somebody said Miss Margodo souvenir. Jesus Christ. If he wants to keep doing that, he better not start releasing those videos because he might get picked up as a scapegoat. All right. You're just joining. Welcome. Sounds like an open relationship to me. Well, it's not open relationship unless all the people consent to it. But at this point now, we know that there are 2 kids outside of paternity fraud. Paternity fraud, I think Nigeria is second on the list of top countries of paternity fraud in the world. Second to Jamaica, I think. Okay, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen that stat somewhere before. Paternity fraud in the world, number 1 Jamaica, number 2 Nigeria. Ladies, we have to, not you in particular, you wouldn't do stuff like that. That's crazy, right? But we have to do better in raising our girls, right? It's very easy to want to blame this on because of money. People are after money. It's very, very easy to start blaming this kind of stuff on the state of the economy. Like, for example, in Nigeria right now, people can't access cash. As in cash. As in, like, majority of the society can't take POS yet. But yet they can't go to an ATM and get cash. The bank is saying there's no cash and people have money in their bank accounts. So this kind of thing can make people go desperate, but it's not a good enough excuse. I'm telling you, it's not a good enough excuse. You will destroy your own life. Anyway, you go end up in McDonald's. Yeah, let's be guided. Let's keep going here. F another man's wife. It's happening. Yep. LATEEF. So what are the names we have? It's a lot of them. I'm not even going to get into it right now. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so we have Bimbo Thomas, Sexy Steel, MALAIKA, Bobrisky. Yeah, I don't know what that lesbian lover is. Busty or something like that. You were surprised of LATEEF OLADIMEJI? I mean, humans no be your mate. It shocked you, Abby. He shocked you. Let's keep going. Yeah, this is by the time Nigerians wake up tomorrow, this is gonna be all over the place. So I said, Gist Lover is a home wrecker. Yeah, pretty much, So is it safe to say you can be a home wrecker if she's he or she? I don't know if it's a he or she. If he or she is doing the Lord's work right now, is it safe to say you can be doing the Lord's work and be a home wrecker? Because we're learning from this right now. Number one, don't like, I know you can end up in a weak moment. You're doing something with somebody that you don't know belongs to somebody else, or you don't know they were that popular because you were not. Because listen, I've never heard the name Mosh before, right? Bimbo Thomas, I don't know what that person looks like. I've seen that name, right? And you might end up messing with somebody and you didn't know they were just a person. There was somebody, there's somebody in the world somewhere, in the echo chamber somewhere, that you just happen to be on the outside. And you're now feeling yourself and you're now sending nudes back and forth because this person knows how to say all the right things to you, right? So you now end up your home getting wrecked because you just didn't know that. Okay, you shouldn't be doing that in the first place if you had a home. But let's keep going. He got married. All right. Yeah, he got married like literally months ago. This was a few months ago. Everybody was celebrating him, right? Yomi Gold recently got divorced. Maybe this. Go check. Some few shows ago. Okay. Matter of fact, I can check really quickly right now. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. No, I don't want to derail from this. But some few shows ago. No, I could check real quick. Let me see here. Let's see. Yomi Gold. Just search. Yomi Gold was in episode Prestige Hour 78. We talked about him in Prestige Hour 78. He just suddenly, out of nowhere, announced that he's divorced, and he wanted the whole world to know, and it was all his fault and stuff. Of course, bros, we will know if this is why very soon. Let's keep going. Oh my God, his wife will be going crazy. Yeah, so even let's think about it again. We always talk about emotions here, right, and how they work, right? Even if the wife already knew before, like this is something that he reviewed to his wife, like, hey, something like this may break out someday and something. Do you know that she will still be dragged to the poto emotionally today? Like I keep saying, emotions no be your mate, right? It doesn't know right from wrong. It doesn't know left from right. It doesn't know black from white. It just is. When you're caught up in your emotions, you're caught up in your emotions. You're riled up and you have to give it time. It's a process for it to calm down, right? So in that case right now, if that's the case, it's already open up. He needs to be patient today because those emotions will be provoked today, even if she knew before. If she didn't know before, hey.
Phone time.
All right. Jesus Christ. I suspect this lover is a woman, at least not a typical, because for a typical man to be this engaged in gists, yeah, it's possible. Maybe that's just what they do very well. They're just that psychopathic, but not that women are psychopathic, but it's women that would typically engage this level of tabloid type of material, you know. Anyway, at least that's how I imagine her in my head. That's why we keep saying she, right? It's why we keep saying she, all of us, right? Oh Lord. Kemi says she missed so much. Don't worry. You can catch up. Welcome. We have more stories to cover in a minute here. We have more. I have to react to some videos, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that's what we find. Is this Gabe Afolayan there too in the picture? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. I think the names were... No, I think the person you were looking at was Ibrahim Chata. Well, Gabriel Afolayan has done a good job at protecting his this kind of material coming out about him, right? So hopefully not, right? Let's see. Especially the way she's so detailed oriented, how she just said. So the question: do you think she's lying? Do you think that's all lies? Let's be honest, right? I know we would like it to be lies. I know we would love it to be lies. But based off of your assessment, reading that, it's all detailed, knowing that there's detail that you can literally go back. That's why I said go and check that person's page, right? If it's deactivated and you knew them before, yeah. Yeah. Ola, the gist was sweet. Please find it. Which one? The rest of it, no. If I see more, I'll let y'all know. But we got some more to cover today. I think there's already more. Oh, you talk about the pregnant? Let's keep going. Gist lover recruit people for deep gist and info. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some lies in some of the gist, but ultimately the core of the stories they tend to be accurate. The very core of these stories, right? Because this all Papi Johnson stuff that we're covering a few weeks ago, it was her. Let me call her her. I call her her. It was her that started leaking this stuff, right? Anyway, if you want to enter marriage, please, there was a title we have today that we will probably postpone till Monday. No, I think we'll cover it now. We will cover it now as a second story. That was the title of Marriage is an Outdated Institution. What does it mean for an institution to be outdated? I don't understand. What does that even mean? Right? Can you say your judicial institution is outdated and not go to jail? It's outdated. Let me just do whatever I like. The judicial institution, all the laws about paternity, about child support, about families outdated. Let me just do me. You will get dragged everywhere. You will just end up at McDonald's. That's shocking.
You will end up in McDonald's.
Anyway, so that's what's going on with marriage. A lot of people are running their mouth. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. Oh my God. So she's just having children with different people. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. No matter how many times we hear this type of story, it's always crazy that someone will go and try to live their life around a lie that's so simple but also extremely destructive. If you got pregnant for somebody, just listen. The world is not gonna end. I promise you. The worst case scenario is that you will go your separate ways. But when you tell a lie and somebody has first child, second child, like, come on. I can't, you know how I'm normally saying, some things are emotionally, it's not necessarily right and wrong. Like, bro, this is criminal behavior. It's a fraud. It's fraud. It's fraud. Yeah, I don't care if it was a hush puppy type of guy. You don't do that to people. You don't do that to yourself. Anyway, Gist Lover just needs to tell us weirdos where to go find the nudes. Ha, D-Love. Why are you doing this now? We will do the research ourselves. Me, I want to see why. Jesus Christ, I'm leaving that comment right now. Hey. Oh my show. So when you see certain men out there, and some of them are very extremely critical about modern women, right? These are some of the stories that they are zoned in on. They are zoning on this kind of story. They have their own personal experience, and when they go to Google and they go Google stories, they find more stories like this because there's a few of them out there, quite a few, and they end up in that echo chamber. This is what you're hearing. Some people are extremely critical. There's no chambers or echo chambers that's created around the internet that's not coming from real life experiences, both on the man and the woman side. Okay, so if you're going to engage your empathy, especially when you're about to engage them, you need to have some empathy, because the truth is that they have real life experiences, and there's enough real life experiences being shared on the internet, just like this one. And it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Gentlemen, if you're listening to this, you don't have to end up in this kind of stuff. You don't have to. You don't have to end up in this, okay? There are a lot of good women out here. If you end up in that echo chamber, you have a human brain. You start to feel like it's everyone, just naturally. And I have to spell that out for you. Don't let this kind of story cloud your natural gift, your judgment, Your common sense. Let's use some common sense. It's not possible that all women are acting this way. We will be in a war zone if that's the case. Now, it's very possible that you start to feel that that's what's going on when you are in the echo chamber. If that's all they're talking about all the time. If they're talking about evil people in this world, right? You will start to feel like that's everyone. Ladies, the same thing, right? You end up in a place where everyone is talking about how terrible men are. You will start to feel that all the time. You will just cast everyone, right, as the same. You paint the whole thing with a broad brush, right? And if you do that, guess who go collect? You. You. Because you're living in a la la land. It's not reality that everyone is acting that way. It's not reality that all the women are committing paternity fraud. And you know that. But still, your human brain start to paint this picture like it's just everywhere. It's not. All right? What you can do, number one, you want to marry right. Okay? You want to marry right. If you're already in a marriage and you feel like, well, it's just terrible, stuff, back off for a second. It doesn't have to be a permanent decision. You need to figure out what's going on so that you can engage that situation and try to build something better. Build a brand new foundation and build on top of it. Right? Let's keep going. I don't know the Aduke lady. What was the Aduke again? Oh, the Aduke lady. Yeah, you don't know. Okay. Me either. It's Yoruba movie industry. Stop the cap. It's all the same. Stop the cap. It's all the same. Oh, it's all the same. But anyway, Nollywood not Nollywood. Anyway, you know I have to defend my Yoruba people. Is this Yoruba just a dustbin for men? Pretty much, you could say that. I can't have any empathy for a person that did it once, second time, and just all over the place getting drunk at the clubs and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I feel sorry for the guy, but god damn, man, you can't pretend like you didn't see this type of behavior, man. Like, people just don't fall out of the skies behaving like this, man. You could see patterns before you marry them now. Come on now. Come on. Hey. All right, I'm scanning through your comments. What is YOMI and Chata doing there too? I'm disappointed, really. Oh, I'm sorry, Gorex. I'm not disappointed. I don't know these people. I have very low expectation of these people. I am, Angela. I am. That's a lot. That's kind of stuff I don't see in my circle. I don't. Okay. Hey, cool. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. Before I came by, there was 94 chats. I'm like, what's going on? Hit the like button. The number of people here is not reflecting the chat. Oh, I don't even know who this Aduke is. Well, people are about to know now. We saw some pictures earlier. You're about to know, right? Let me see here. You're about to know. Let me browse through some of the pictures really quickly, because this is crazy. You know, this is absolutely crazy. No matter how many times we hear paternity for a story. Okay, so I think that's this lady right here in the white. I think that was the wedding day. This is IBRAHIM Chata at the lower right corner. I don't know if you're seeing the flip side of it, but yeah. Then this is the couple. It looks like this is the couple right here. Are they Muslims? No, this is IBRAHIM Chata and wife. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is MC in green. MC is in green. I don't know who this guy. I don't know if that's Mosh in the bow tie. I'm not sure. This is Lateef. Let me slide through the slide. This is the girl. That's Aduke on her wedding day, apparently. Let me see. Okay, so somebody blocked this. Okay, so somebody blocked her name. Okay, and that's the Instagram handle, Creamy Aduke. I wonder if that still exists. Let's go check. Creamy Aduke. Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a name too. I feel creamy, no. Okay, that page seems to be active, but it's private. It's private. Share this tab instead. Yeah, this page right here, it seems to be private, and apparently she sells here. It's also private. Why is all this businesses private? Is that an indication of some type of truth? Okay. Grimmy says luxury here. And yes, your favorites are here. Your favorite here. Okay, so she says, so why is this business page here, doctor? Why is it let me go to the website. Let's see if the website loads. Why is it? Jesus Christ, what kind of website is this? Oh, it says site will be available soon. Nothing day there. nothing day there. Let's see. Let's go back here. Anyway. Alright, so this is her, and this is LATEEF OLADIMEJI right here. And this is IBRAHIM CHATA. A lot of people respect those two people in the industry. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is the busty lesbian lady. I'm not sure if that's her. I don't know. And this is YOMI GOLD. Post and delete by Mosh. Oh, he posted this and deleted this. Okay. Okay. Jesus, I don't want to show baby's face. And that's your favorite, MC Tuta. Okay, so I don't know if this is Mosh. I'm not sure. And this is I guess that was him. That was the Range Rover. So they also tend to showcase when they buy Range Rover and all this kind of. You've seen a lot of this kind of stuff on the internet. We bought a big house, we bought a Range Rover. Now, to be fair, I do think they're doing that because they're using that sometimes to promote the businesses that's selling the Range Rover. It's part of what they do, Ishiaje, right? But that's influencing a lot of people to be doing beyond their means. Okay? Just be guided. We can't tell these people not to do their business, right? But I want you to be aware of the kind of stuff that's influencing you on the internet. Okay? It's not just be entertained. Jesus Christ. Do you have to be like them? Now, wow. Okay, let's see. All right, there you have it. That's Aduke. Is that Malaika? All right, Nigerians to the love to party. Hey, let me see if there's anything else here. Now, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's Aduke and Bimbo. Somebody might be able to tell me. Let's read this. Them say Mosh carry him wife come out and she don't they tipsy. And he say make she press password like this. Now so he enter. Okay, so that's the. I don't want to show the baby's face. Oh Lord, is that Aduke? I don't know. Maybe. I think that's probably Aduke. Okay, must be her. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to business as usual. Let's get back to business with digital age, no trial. Record call, record me. Go man. That's what I be telling them. Listen, you don't think I want to record you? I want to record now. Watch, and have a good time and watch it with my wife and all that kind of stuff. But listen, man, don't trust this technology like that, man. This joint right here was juicy. It was okay. I thought it would be, On the flip side, could this story have anything to do with the recent YOMI GOLD marriage crossing? See, you are ahead of me, Kemi. I'm just backed up a little bit with the comments. Let me go forward. That's why they're always sitting around tables discussing women. Just listen, you that you're listening to me here right now, there's an extremely good chance you're not a celebrity. Just be entertained. Don't be influenced to the point where be influenced. If you see nice fashion and stuff like that, sure, but make sure you're within your means. Make sure you value family, your family, right? Your immediate family. Everything else on social media, social media has a way of blowing things up, right? Making things look bigger than they actually are. All I have to do is post a nice outfit of myself in. You see me, I just look like big boy, just like that, because I have nice glasses on and stuff. I mean, I'm just regular. I'm just like you. Okay, I they sit one, like my butt, they sit on one chair right now. It's nothing bigger than that. But if I post like this, small like this, it's just like that guy. I want to be like that guy. No, not necessarily. The contentment is the issue here. Okay, what attracted this young lady to Mush? What do you think attracted her to Mush? It's probably the money. What did they keep doing? They had to keep up with it. They have to showcase. They bought a range, they bought a car, they bought a house, bought properties everywhere, right? You should buy properties. It's not for the whole world to know about. It's for your own security and financial security for the future, for legacy. It's not for the world, right? At that point, it's not even a mistake. It's intentional, right? This is intentionally being fraudulent with people's lives. Children involved in this. Children that didn't ask to be here, right? Right? Imagine if you can't imagine if somebody did this to your son. Okay? Bless us, I'm hurt by LATEEF's name, man. I'm sorry. The marriage looks so beautiful on Instagram. Hey, you know. But again, LATEEF didn't do anything right now in this moment. It's stuff he did in the past, right? So look at it in a good way. It's stuff in the past, you know. GLB can't be lying about this because of all the names that are actually being dropped. Exactly. She can't drop random celeb names just for cruise, right? Yeah. I mean, that name Papi just is stuck for good. Thanks to Alima, right? He go shall collect eventually. Gabriel are flying. No, Gabriel are flying under the there. It's on the list. Wait, let me go and refresh. Somebody is saying it's on the list. Apart from Bobrisky, aka Senior Man, I have no idea who the rest is. I just did some Google smuggle. It's on the list. Let me see. Okay. Let me check because again I can refresh, see if because I think I can refresh, and I know there's multiple Gist Lover pages. Oh my god, I don't know how they keep up with this kind of stuff. Let's see. Let me see. So I have to stay. Look at all this. Look at all this shit right here. Delete all that shit. How many pages? Jesus Christ. Let's see, which one is it? Some with double S, some with S. Let me see this one here. Okay, let me see if this one she said she will release the nude. Okay, so she has the nude. So here's the thing, you might end up seeing the nudes as long as they're not able to trace it to Mush, right? Yeah. Let me see if this is the end. Okay, that was the end right there. Let me see. The Mush begin. Let's see. I'll keep saying she. She said, I might release the nude soon on this page. Kindly rush to follow. Okay. This is an Instagram. No, I'm not following private pages. This is crazy. I'm done. I'm done with this story. Let's get into some real stuff right now. I'm done. Let's see. Okay. I didn't know I was. Thank God I wasn't sharing. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Just J, what's going on? The story is so one-sided by GLB. Why no mention of how Mush has been a serial cheater or even beat his wife? We can't do that, Kemi Adepoju. We can't. Kemi, shout out to you, by the way. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't assess situations like that. We can, but it doesn't really help any issues. Okay. For one, the story says already that he is one of the worst of what our society has to provide. A scam artist. How worse do you want it to be? A Yahoo boy. A scam artist, right? A guy who is also doing, the story did say he's a guy who is also out there doing his own. But that's not the focus here. It's not. And it can't be the focus. We can't be all over the place, right? Paternity fraud is something we have to together we have to completely discourage. By calling it out and calling it that is, and not say, hey, it's because you did this that made me do this. No, we can't do that. Okay? You're right, it doesn't justify. You're right. As a matter of fact, I don't know. I think I've seen you here before.
You're right.
You're right. But there's a big old but. Today's topic right now is these people that are giving Nigerian women bad names. Because I said it earlier a few minutes ago, I was talking to the gentleman here. Majority of women are not committing paternity fraud. But if you have 2 or 3 too much, and you keep, they tend to be the loudest noise on the internet. And that will keep messing up the name of Nigerian women altogether. So we have to call that out right now today. On the day of, when we were talking about hush puppy, we called out all the scam artists, right? On the day when men is collecting because they're cheaters, infidelity, we call those out, right? But this story is going to go wild and crazy because a woman chooses to be reckless in how they move in society. We need to spend 2 or 3 minutes on that and let that simmer, right? And say, okay, I didn't do it, but let me make sure I raise my daughter right, including men. Men need to listen to that. Men, let me make sure I stay in the lives of my daughter so they don't end up on these streets getting influenced by Range Rover on the internet, running towards Range Rover and bought properties in Lekki, all this kind of stuff. You see it every time. When they do, we congratulate them. There's nothing wrong with congratulating them when they showcase it. It's the other flip side of it we don't see until later, when somebody decides to have 2 babies by 2 different people and fraudulently push the paternity on one person. We have 1 too many, 2 too many, 3 too many of these stories coming out of Nigeria. Nigeria is number 2, apparently, on the top list of countries with the highest paternity fraud. Okay? If it happens to you, you cheated, and you got pregnant, and you're not sure, listen, you're going to have some short-term pain, some short-term dragging. Your family is going to call you out and say, this is terrible. But you need to tell on yourself immediately. You need to tell on yourself because the damages are too much if you leave an extra 1 day beyond the moment you started having doubt that that baby belongs to your husband. The damages are too much. On those children, cheating does not, what we should be saying, what we should be saying is that cheating does not justify paternity fraud. That's what we need to say. Okay, those are 2 different statements. That's what we need to focus on today. But shout out to you, Kemi. Thank you for so much. All right, with that being said, here's what we're going to do. Let's move on to the next story here, because I think this story is probably there's more coming, and we will readdress it. We'll address it later. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So there's this let me give them proper shout out real quick. There's a podcast coming out of Wazobia TV. I'm using this courtesy of Wazobia TV, and Mr. Macaroni, the skit maker, also an actor now. He's a very, very good actor. He was in Anikulapo, which was a very good movie that I watched with my wife, and he had some things to say, and I thought, let's cover it. Let me just make sure that I give proper credit before we continue. Wazobia Radio. All right, and then we're gonna play and react, and then make sure we do some justice to this today. All right, let's get into it.
It has to be something.
So let me tell you
It's not working.
something.
The money doesn't work.
Now, that's why I say this generation.
Can you guys hear that? Let me know you can
This
hear that.
generation has lost touch with what love means and
Traditional way.
Yes, and what I'm coming with, and what relationship means.
Okay.
Because when you're saying game strategy, at the end of the day, you're playing a game and you're devising a strategy to get something, which is most of the time sex. So if you are truthfully in love with someone, you're not playing a game. It just happens. It just flows. You're just.
All right, so let's address that really quickly. Are you playing game or not? Right? Are you playing games or not? Right? If when Kiriwadi happened, when relationships were happening, when you are getting to know someone, are you playing games or not? Let me play a little bit.
Having conversations, meaningful conversations, life-changing conversations. That's not playing a game. But when say you want to do something, now okay, make a first pretend, say I did like this, make a talk out like this, that's being strategic about something.
Okay, so that's
All right, so he mixed up quite a few things. Being strategic about something. When you're a man or woman of a certain age, you need to understand that life is a game. Okay? You need to just get with it. Understand that. Okay? You're not playing games. It's just a game. It just is. Right? Why? Because you're going to... some skill set will be required. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're already married. You need to learn that it's a game and you need to learn how to play. Okay? If you're a man or woman of certain age, you're no longer a baby. You can't keep roaming around this life pretending that you could just do you and everything will just fall into your lap. All the blessings in this world will fall in your lap. Okay? You can't do that. Okay? So it's not you playing a game. It's a game that you don't really have a choice. You will play. You can choose to play with no skills. That's up to you. Okay? But it's a game. And if you don't learn how to, if you're just doing you, right? It's a very active marketplace. Somehow, some way, you know how he described it. Things will fall this way, fall that way. And before you know it, your husband will end up in the hands of someone else. Your wife will end up in the laps, on the laps of somebody else. Because why? Because you were just doing you. They should just be responsible. Really? How many? Is that really what you're hearing out here? No, humans are humans. Humans are not perfect. Okay? Yes, a lot of people try to do the right thing. The key word is try. Okay? And you can go far by just doing the right thing. You can go very far by trying to do the right thing. Okay? But it just all depends on your circumstances. Right? You try to do the right thing, you became a single mother. If somebody comes to you and starts saying that's your fault, how would you feel about that? Were you not trying to do the right thing? Did circumstances not happen to you in other aspects of life or finances and you suddenly find yourself broke? Gentlemen, that's never happened before, even though you try to do the right thing, right? Okay, if you understand that as part of the game, then you will learn as part of the game that you need to learn emotional intelligence. Okay, so it's not just, people are trying to play game trick. No, it's not a trick. It's not a trick. You're trying to make waves. You're trying to move ahead. You're trying to move up to the next level in life. This is all a game. You need to learn how to play it. Don't get lost in the semantics of, we're trying to play a game. No, you're not trying to play. You're in the game. Either you realize it or not. But if you don't realize it, chances are you're playing the game wrongly. Okay, let's keep going.
why I said men have. Okay, now let's take for instance, in my mom's time, I remember how my mom would tell me things like, ordinary say, guy they smell nice, safe, normal.
Like me.
Just because the guy they smell
Okay.
nice.
No, like me.
Oh, you do smell nice actually.
I dare body you though.
Of course, no,
I
never.
smell
Just because you smell nice, you have sexy eyes, can attract you to a man.
Alright.
You don't even need to know whether you get money,
Money
or
or
you don't get
not.
money. No man, women, a man will like, there's no woman that does not have taste. There's no woman that will see a man and not tell you that I like how he dress or I like how he looks or something. You have to have something that attaches you to a person. No, if you did in love, we don't see love blind. If you did in love, like love, sometimes say.
All right, so love is blind. That's another topic for another day. Let me. Love is blind. They call it. Love is deafening. But anyway, let's keep going. Jump to here. Okay, there you go.
Reinstate
Oyinbo
that there's a culture of perversion amongst our men, and then there's a culture of this generation. There's peer pressure, and see, however you dip it, there are still women out there who don't care about your money, and there are still men out there who don't care about your body. All you want.
Fly won't play Chris Daniel. That's why you start that
See,
song.
So Claire, Chris Daniel.
Deny me just now based on my looks.
you are the one saying that.
Now lie. You
You put a camera in my face, and then you said, "Oh, he's single and ready to."
All right, let's go back to that point, right? He said there's a culture of perversion. There's some men that don't care about your money, right? And what were they doing? They were all like, no, right? Because an average person just don't believe that anyone cares about anything outside of money much longer, and that's sad. That's sad. Okay. Here's what I'll tell you. One of the things I needed to clear that up. I thought it's a point that a lot of people pass around for no reason. They just start brushing everybody with the same brush, and that's sad. Gomez says, I don't agree with playing games when it comes to people's lives. Yeah, so you're not playing games. It's just a game, and you need to learn how to play, or else you will miss out big time in life. Okay. The game is, the way I teach it here is mostly social skills and emotional intelligence. It's game, okay? And you need to learn how to play, okay? It's not playing games with their lives. As a matter of fact, it's when it comes to we talk about influence here to replace the idea of controlling behavior, right? Influence to replace controlling behavior. There's a lot of men, especially, that have controlling behavior. They don't realize they have controlling behavior. They think they're just trying to protect their family. They're trying to provide for their family, and they can see ahead of you. They decide, no, let's do it this way. But say you can't dress that way, and they're trying to use forceful power, right? As opposed to learn how to play the game of influence. Influence is a game. Right? You have to think of it as a game. It's like gamifying something, because it becomes a little bit more fun when you think of it that way, right? It's a mindset. It's not the semantics. It's a mindset. You understand that, hey, I'm trying to influence. Influencing means you're leading by delivering value first before you try to take from other people, right? It's skills. We call it game because we want you to know that there are skills required. We call it game because I want you to think of it as a sport, right? There are skills involved, right? So when you learn the skills in a fun way, you're able to give to other people, but you're also able to receive, as opposed to being entitled. They're just supposed to do it to me. Whereas you're disengaging from your power in that sense, okay? So let's keep going. So it's not playing games, which is the point he was making. I don't think you should be playing games with people's lives if that's what you're doing. Okay, because that's another entire different topic. I think you should recognize that this life and love, it's a game. Why should you do that? Why should you think of it like that? Because you need to understand there are skills required. You can't just be entitled because you're just a man. She's just supposed to do her duty because you're just a man. You're the husband anyway. If that's how you think, you will end up in McDonald's. You will, okay? That's a fact. All right? I know somebody's expecting me to play.
You will end up in McDonald's.
You will end up in McDonald's, okay? Because there are people ahead of you. This is an active marketplace, right? In that sense. When we call it a game, it's also a double-edged sword, right? You can think of it as somebody's playing games with other people's lives, right? There are people that can use what I'm telling you for evil. You're right. but I'm asking you to use it for good. Use it to get what you want. Use it to serve your relationships, right? Think of serving your relationship as a game, right? Like you're competing in a healthy way. Like I'm gonna outserve you, right? So that if you're thinking of it that way, it's a lot of fun as opposed to no, the whole world is against me because I'm short, fat, and ugly, and nobody wants me. That's how people miss out in life, okay? The same thing you would do with your job, your career, right? Think of your relationships in that same sense. All right? Let me move on to the next segment of that video. Let's see. 1805. Yeah, so I heard some things. I was like, you know what? I know a lot of people are thinking of this, and let's get to it.
Yes.
This same topic, talking about dating. I've been single for about 10 years now.
True.
Oh, shake before any.
About 10 years.
Yeah. You see, this is the culture I'm talking about. When I first say it,
Hold on a second.
Hold on. It's the truth.
Mr. Macaroni, hold on. Are you
Yes.
trying to tell me right now that
Yes.
for the past 10 years,
Yes.
you have not been in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Have you been flirting?
How can I be flirting if I'm not in a relationship?
No, it's not.
Nigerian people, tell me, what does that mean you've been flirting? Is that the flirting here means you're flirting with people? I don't know. How do I translate flirting here? Flirting means you're Jesus Christ. How can I describe flirting? But she's basically trying to ask if he's doing career in all those 10 years, and she called it flirting. Is that how they use it in Nigeria? That was confusing as well. But anyway,
Absolutely.
Have you been flirting?
How can I be flirting if I'm not in a relationship?
No, it's not. Don't tell me that.
Ask the question direct. Have I been having sex? That's what you want to ask. You say, have I been flirting?
wait. He asked too and said, "How can I be flirting if I'm not in a relationship?" You have to be in a relationship to flirt. I'm confused. How do you use flirting in Nigeria? I'm confused. How do you use it? It must be the use. Something is off with the use. Let's keep going. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Have you been flirting?
How can I be flirting if I'm not in a relationship?
No, it's not. Don't tell me that.
Ask the question direct. Have I been having sex? That's what you want to ask. You say, have I been flirting? How can I be
Wait then, I'm on now.
If you want to ask me if I've been having sex,
If you want to talk to him,
absolutely
talk to him
yes.
direct.
I'm an
Don't go to the
adult.
corners.
I'm an adult.
So let's put it
So
together.
you have been having sex.
I already said it now. I've been having sex.
Transactional, of course.
Why? With whom?
I'm a virgin.
I'm a virgin.
virgin.
Wait.
On the top,
No, it's
See, guys, I'll tell you
because
this
we
fact.
need the truth now. It's why I'm admitting I'm
See,
not a
Nigeria
virgin.
is there are different types of
Because
relationship.
we have to be
So I
truthful.
want to listen to you first.
We have to be
Land.
truthful. See, the reality is, sex is a part of life.
Okay.
Men will
Necessary part of
attract
life.
women. Women will attract men.
Don't mention.
You understand? So long as you're not doing what
She's stupid. She said, "Don't mention." Anyway, yeah. How did they use it in Nigeria? I was confused. Gomez says, "I look at playing games as a competitive arena, which makes me so." I understand. So there's also the part where you don't want to be in competition with your. Yeah. So I get your point too. Where you don't want to be in competition with your partner, that doesn't work. That works completely against the relationship. You shouldn't be in competition with your partner unless you're competing to see who's going to serve who first. That's something people don't do. Everything in life is a double-edged sword, right? So we definitely have to be careful. Everything I also talk about here is really, really from a mindset standpoint. So it's very easy to get lost in the semantics of things. So, yep, flirting happens across the spectrum. Yeah. So I don't know how they use it in Nigeria. Flirting here means I'm talking to a person and I'm making them feel some kind of butterfly, right? Or like somebody touching, like me touching somebody in a flirtatious way. That's what we call flirting here. Like touching or talking to them in a flirtatious way, or I'm sending sexting to them on the phone. That's flirting, the way we use it here. But the way they use it, the guy said, how can I flirt when I'm not in a relationship? Most flirting that's going on these days, in the way I use it, is happening outside of relationships. It's basically a lot of what do you call it? Emotional cheatings, right? Outside of the relationship, So I don't know. Maybe it's the way they use it in Nigeria. I was a child when I was in Nigeria, so I don't know. Anyway, let me go on to the next segment here. Now, is that crazy that a grown man, this guy is no less than 35, Okereju, is that crazy that he has not been in a relationship for 10 years? For me, I don't think so. I think he's a busy guy, right? Especially if he's not in a stable. It sounds like he's been in a lot of situationship and not necessarily in a committed situation. He's a grown man. He's right about that. As long as he's doing it responsibly, right? I know some ladies out there will feel like, hey, I thought we were in a commitment, Abby.
Being truthful with you guys.
Professor had life.
I said yes now. I'm not laughing now.
I'm being truthful with you guys.
I feel laugh
There
now.
are different
No,
love
ma.
languages.
I feel laugh.
Gifts,
Yeah.
which is money,
Exchange of gifts.
Yeah.
is a love language. You know, time,
Physical
quality
touch.
time, all those things.
Yeah.
Now, different love languages. Now, if
All right, there's a lot of people throwing the phrase love language around and they never read the book. Please don't use it at all unless you've read the book. Go and read the book. Read the book. It's a very good book. Okay, it's a very good book. All right. There's a lot of people throwing it around. Gift doesn't mean money, just so you know. Money could be a gift. Okay, gift doesn't have to be money. Just FYI. Okay, let's keep going.
you say, should money fee exist?
Without
Should
money.
love fee
Love
exist
exists,
without,
yeah, without money.
money? Absolutely yes.
Possible.
Because wait
Daddy
now.
pause. I am glad you were in the movie Anikulako.
Wait.
Bola the land.
So let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, can love exist without money? Can there be romance without finance? Precisely. I'm asking. I want to hear your answers in the chat.
Daddy land.
Wait.
Land.
Even if,
Daddy,
wait, now,
Land.
even if we are going to use Anikulapo as an example,
Yardstick, yeah.
as an example,
Yeah.
look at Saro, the guy, and the princess when she fell in love. When they fell in love with each other, it wasn't about money.
Natural plain love.
Yeah.
It wasn't about money.
Physical attraction. Love
Yeah.
at first sight.
Person mind change after money enter.
Wait now. No, we can argue about these things because
It's gonna be like acrimony,
this
you
girl,
know?
the girl, what's her name? Arolake
yeah.
herself was married
To the king.
to the king.
Yeah.
She left the king.
For love.
You will justify it and say, oh, and the king was this one.
He had the money.
She wasn't
But she
happy.
still left the money.
Was she in a marriage? Yes. And did she leave that marriage? Yes.
And does the king have money?
Yes.
But he still went after person who don't get money? Yes.
You follow sugar and leave Zaddy.
So there are
This
there are
guy's so-
things that human beings want that they need. You understand? Why do you think people fall in love with someone that is not rich at all? You know, you feel they collect money from another person.
They give and
Yeah, but you still deal with one because there are some things money can't buy. No matter how much this generation tries to change that, but I would rather cry. Get what? How did they talk? Money
Cry inside
will
the
not buy
Rolls
something,
Royce.
but I would rather cry inside.
I'll cry in the private.
No matter how we try to,
And then they end up giving the wrong children to the wrong person because of money. Yeah. We'll get into it. All right. So, certainty, which you can replace with security, is one of the many reasons why somebody might connect with a person. Sometimes part of that is financial security. That's number one on the list you're looking at on the screen. Okay. So, just money by itself is a tool, right? We use it to exchange goods, right? But the idea that love cannot exist without money, just money by itself, no. Love can exist without money by itself. Now, love can be tampered with if there is no sense of security. Financial security is real, okay? If there's no financial security, it can tamper with people's emotions. It can tamper with the state of a marriage. Yes. Okay. If people are struggling, they can be if they are content. Is that what? If they have contentment, right? If they are content, if they're content, right? They can that means they're able to manage their resources where there's no division with the way both of them are looking at their resources, their finances, right? And they're happy the way they are. They don't have to be rich. What I'm saying, if they struggle, that means bills are not getting paid. That means there's back to back and all this, and they're not on the same page with why that is happening. yes, that can tamper, and you don't get to run around and say these people are gold digger. No, it's because of the security aspect of things. If people don't feel security, a sense of security, they can't feel safe. They can't feel safe. And this is what people are confusing with, oh yeah, so love cannot happen without money. No, money can make people think they are in love, right? Because they have financial security, but that's just financial security. If they don't have emotional security, it's only a matter of time before they start to look for that. And that's why you see people like Jeff Bezos lost his wife. People like Bill Gates lost his wife. And people like the story they just gave with Anikulapo can also lose. Anybody can lose their wife, because it's not just financial security. Financial security, lack of financial security. Financial security doesn't mean you are rich or wealthy. That's not what it means. It means that your resources, your livelihood is taken care of in a way you don't have to look over your shoulder. Okay? That's what it means. Okay? So we have to be very, very careful with the way we say, oh, love, no romance, no finance, no romance. No finance, yes, that can tamper with romance, and that's just the reality. It's not something you can shame people for. It's not something you can point fingers at women for and say they're gold diggers. It's your responsibility to know that security is basic human needs, and if people don't have it, they can't think straight, so they can't be in love, right? Because being in love means, hey, you're feeling safe, secure with this person, and to the extent that we're not thinking romance, right? You just have to be. Don't take anything I say as gospel truth. Just process it, okay? It's not just money. There's something that money provides for you, right? That's what we're talking about, Let me see here what people are saying. Tonya says, yes, I started my marriage with a very, very good disciplined man, bless him, who has no money. Barely just got a job 3 months prior. I was from a wealthy home. That's an awesome testimony, Tonya. Latu says, if Maslow says that, so be it. Most of this our love these days, not interest, and that's the problem. And we can see that in the results, right? Because eventually, if you're just looking at just one aspect of a sense of security, which is financial, everything else you're going to need later on too, right? So you want to make sure that you're not just thinking finance as finance. We mean financial security, which doesn't mean you have to be rich. It doesn't mean you have to be riding a Range Rover. It just means you feel safe, that bills and your livelihood is being taken care of. The way you define it. If you are a person that's used to a certain lifestyle, that will be required in a different way, And I have my brother here. Shout out to my brother, Sir Hill. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the support. I appreciate you, man. Love comes before money, but Maslow's theory is playing in my head now. Well, there's many theories out there. Honestly, I forgot the name of the theory that I'm using, right? It's a theory too. Certainty, variety, significance, connection, growth, contribution, right? But all of the theories that I know, that including Maslow, they make sense. So whichever one you choose, make sure you're thinking about it holistically, right? Not just finance as money, but financial security, right? Not just as money, right? Lack of finance stresses love. Yes, that's true. That's precisely what I'm saying. And no one should be in denial about that. No one should run around town and call people gold diggers because of this reality. It's just everyone's reality. It makes you feel stressed, right? So it's not just about pointing finger at the other person. I don't understand though. Adeyemi, shout out to Adeyemi. Good to see you. I don't understand though, but do you have to be in relationship to flirt? I was confused too, now. Me too, I was confused. Let's go to the other one here. Let's see. The last part of the video that I wanted to cover is this. Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
That's when we talk. Oh, the way you carry yourself. Oh, this one. Oh, that one. These are qualities that some other ladies might find rubbish. Just they do like old man. Just they do like old man. That's our reality. So certain things draw.
Let me go back a little bit on that.
These are qualities. They will tell you. I've always fallen in love with me. See the way as I did like this. from secondary school, older ladies have always fallen in love with me. Because because they will tell
He has
you,
always been the
they
champion.
will tell you
That is
they will tell
stupid.
You hear that? That's because
The champion.
I sound way more than my age. The way you carry yourself. That's when we talk. Oh, the way you carry yourself. Oh, this one. Oh, that one. These are qualities that some other ladies might find rubbish. Just they do like just they do like old man. You just they do like old man. That's our reality. So certain things draw people to one another, and most of the time, money isn't there. The things that draw us to ourselves, most of the time, it's not money.
Wait till you get stuck before.
So let me see here. Let me rewind a little bit.
That's our reality. So certain things draw people to one another, and most of the time, money isn't there. The things that draw us to ourselves, most of the time, it's not money.
So these days, to the point that we're all making right now, these days, right, money draw people to each other. But it's not just the money, it's the promise of financial security. Okay? It's that promise of financial security. That's what we are confusing with money. Okay? Now, financial security to everyone is different. That can be influenced by, by social media. Some people, to them, that means Range Rover, which is sad, right? If they can't afford Range Rover themselves, right? That's a very, very sad thing. That's to be honest. And they will collect with that mindset. It's only a matter of time, right? Because clearly they're clouded up by all these different things. Let me see here. I'm looking for a video here. Let's make sure. Okay, I have it. Let's see. There you go. All right, good. I have it. All right. Right. So if your mindset is like, hey, money is the material things, I understand financial security is different from people to people. Okay. That's the truth. Financial security is different from people to people. That's the honest truth. If you were raised with a lot of money, your lifestyle, the lifestyle you're used to in the past few years, 10 years, right? Listen, I think it's fair that you expect certain things and you're not stimulated for romance. You're not stimulated for romance if it looks less than that, right? Because it's not aligning. Go line up, right? So every one of us need to respect that. Every single one of us need to respect that. Okay, and that's the reality. So this message is particularly for men these days. They tend to accuse a lot of women for just money. Like, I understand that you see that a lot on social media, but that's also starting to affect your judgment, because the truth is that an average girl is not really after marrying a rich person. They might say they want 6 figures. Well, to be honest with you, 6 figures in US dollars. To be honest with you, most people in the abroad, 6 figures US dollars, if you want a decent lifestyle, you want at least that. Okay. But you can also accomplish that together, right? So there's a lot of nuances to it, and then everyone's case is different. I'm just saying, define between money and financial security. What does financial security mean to you? Look at it from that standpoint, and don't say anything else until you figure out what that means to you. If you're just making money, or you're coming up, you sound like money, yes, you might just end up collecting water, because it might take you years before you realize that people are looking at you like that. Okay, that you're just after money.
You collect water.
All right, so let's cover this next one. I got one more story, a very short one to cover, and then we'll take it from there. So shout out to Make It Come On. It's a YouTube channel I just discovered myself yesterday. Shout out to them. They created this content that I'm about to react to, and I want us to look at it together. It's a hell of a conversation, and they're having this conversation on the internet. But yeah, let's start tackling them one after the other, because honestly, I think the downside to a lot of this conversation is not good. So let's start tackling it one after the other. This subtopic of this particular episode, apparently season 4, episode 3, I just discovered it yesterday. Some of you might have known about it before. But let's watch it together and let's talk about it, right?
I'll stay.
You stay, yeah?
Yeah, do I?
So quickly, before we go into it, what they do is like they'll put out a topic. This topic is marriage is an outdated institution, and that topic is a statement. If you agree with it, you stay. If you don't agree with it, you leave. Right? As you can see, there's what's her name? Just Pearl, right? And we covered one of our content a few days ago. She's in there, you know. So let's go through it.
I'm gonna bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree. It's outdated.
So those that disagree, they stand up, they leave.
I don't think it's outdated.
Yeah, it's outdated. I've already got the new contract. Yeah, because we're talking about contract. I've got the new contract. Yeah. I think human beings right now should do either temporary marriage contracts or rolling relationship contracts. And I mean this. I mean, if you find someone that you actually want to be with, yeah, you can laugh.
It's true though. I agree with you.
Listen, you can laugh, but the way the divorce rate's going right now, it's
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
But I'm saying if you have like a relationship contract that lasts it, you decide with your partner, well, let's try this for a year. If we're happy after a year, we'll continue the contract. And within that contract, you can stipulate to your partner and your partner can stipulate to you exactly what they want from the relationship and exactly what they expect from the relationship.
The reason I think marriage is outdated is because a lot of ways in how the government oversees marriage is largely based on the way society worked 60 years ago. So the whole reason why, you know, the divorce court and family court seem today so biased towards the women was because those laws were set up in a time where women didn't have the same earning potential as men, they didn't have the same rights as men. But now they do, but those laws haven't been updated. So, so I do think it's outdated. Also, you know, there was a conversation earlier saying that marriage is taken seriously in the government. No, it's not. Because in marriage, you say for better, for worse, till death do us part, and people get divorced all the time. I would consider getting married today if it was illegal to get divorced.
I hear that. I actually hear that.
Yeah, I think
it's too easy to get divorced.
Too easy.
I think marriage as an institution works, but the problem is the way they do it today just doesn't work. Women are different today than they were in the 1950s. You're not the same type of women.
And essentially, what was marriage for? Like, when you got married, you were getting married to a virgin. That's the whole white dress thing, right? You'll be hard pressed to find a virgin woman nowadays. You know what I mean? You're gonna get married to. So a man knows that he was going to get this woman untouched, and she was going to be his for life. Yeah. You ain't getting no untouched woman nowadays.
And that's the thing. If a woman slept with, if she's a virgin, she has an 80% chance of having a happy marriage in 10 years. If she slept with more than 5 partners, which most men would pray for nowadays, it goes down to a 20% chance. So women are different than they were in the 1950s.
Also, as well, I think nowadays, people get married for love, but marriage has always been about duty.
Yes.
It's always been about, when you say you marry someone, you're saying, I am committing to fulfilling the role of being the husband to you and the father to the children, for better, for worse, and vice versa, for the woman being the wife and the mother. But now everybody gets married for love, and love fluctuates. But
people get married for clout.
You also
not just love.
It's so true.
You also used to have the families involved.
Very much so.
And so like fathers would vet the people that their daughters were seeing.
Right.
Now it's like girls will go after the guy that like feels them.
Feels good.
It feels good, but that's not usually the best husband.
And guys will do the same thing. Guys will go after a girl that...
An IG baddie.
Yeah, an IG baddie that looks great, and you know what, her whole attitude is ridiculous, and she doesn't know how to be a mother, she doesn't know how to be a cook, she doesn't know how to clean, she doesn't know how to do all of the things that you would expect from, the duties that you would expect from a wife. So yeah, I just think, the institution's outdated because I think human beings in the West generally have outgrown the essentials of what marriage is.
She what?
Got their claws out.
I could hear the chairs like creaking back there, like double Dutch, like they want to get in.
There were so many points I disagreed with. I just need to say, firstly,
Are we talking about marriage being outdated? You think it's not outdated?
the divorce statement. It is hard to get divorced. I say that because there are several steps you have to take. You have to prove to the courts that you have tried everything. You have to go through mediation. You've got to go to counselling. You've got to get a decree nisi. You then have to wait 6 months, a year, to see whether you can form again, and then you get your divorce.
Would you agree that if 50% of people that get married are doing it, it's not that hard? Because it's not hard enough that it deters.
But there are
that means out of us 6, half of us would be able to get a divorce.
But that's the same way that if I had 6 women here.
All right, so let me do this. Let me pause it and then do some proper. So basically, she doesn't agree that marriage is outdated, obviously, but she's gone through divorce, like many people, and they keep bringing up the fact that 50% of marriages are ending up in divorce, which we all know, right? Let's see. Gomez says marriage is an amazing institution put in place by God for two consenting individuals to come in love, care, and grow together. The traditional concept based on my thinking looks at it in a more oppressive and controlling manner, which isn't God's plan in the first place. Yes. And that's what a lot of these guys are struggling with, you know. It's basically what they're doing is that they're throwing their hands in the air and say, hey, it's outdated because they can't figure it out. You know when you can't figure something out and you just say, it doesn't work anymore, it's outdated. Like, nah, bro, nah.
Am I whining you?
No. Don't collect slap, you know. don't collect slap there, you know. But what I want to do is I want to go back a little bit and then dissect it one statement at a time, because I feel like there's a lot in there, you know. But let me go back and then, you know, I'll pause if I need to. There's a lot in there, you know, but it's basically this is wussy behavior or wussy behavior. You know what a wussy behavior? You can figure it out. Weak. It's weak. If you can't figure something out, again, can you just turn around and say the judicial system is outdated? No, you can say some of the laws are outdated, sure. But you're still going to have to abide by it. And if you don't abide by it, you know what's going to happen. You're going to collect. You're going to collect, you know. You don't get to run around and say marriage is outdated or things like, oh, let's do a 2-year temporary relationship. Like, what are you talking about, man? One of the things that they don't all talk about when they're having this conversation is the fact that there's romance involved in this. You actually want the person you fell in love with to fall back in love with you. But of course, you can't help yourself, right? You can't help yourself. You have to keep the cap up.
Stop the cap.
No, it's just that the marriage is outdated. No, it's because you're not capable of getting your wife or your husband to fall in love with you over the lifetime, which is what you subscribed for. So now you say, let's try out 2 years. No, that's not what you meant to say. What about the romantic aspect of things, which is what most of you are getting into this situation for? Not even for children. A lot of you don't even want children like that, right? But anyway, let me play it again and let's take it from here. There you go.
Stay, yeah?
Yeah, do I?
I'm gonna bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree.
It's outdated.
I don't think it's outdated.
Yeah, it's outdated.
So I don't understand. Pearl keeps pandering to men and she can't help herself. I understand. She's young. I'll keep giving her that pass. But she's sitting down because she's not sure if it's outdated or not. Let's hear her talking.
I've already got the new contract. Yeah, because we're talking about contract. I've got the new contract. Yeah. I think human beings right now should do either temporary marriage contracts or rolling relationship contracts. And I mean this. I mean.
So here's the deal. Human beings don't want that. If I have to generalize, human beings don't want that. What they want is they want to be in love for a lifetime. with the same person. That's why they're doing marriage, right? Everyone is aware that it's still dead do us part, but yet they go into it, right? Why? Because they want it. Do they need it? Are they prepared for it? Do they do the right work to be prepared for it? No, they don't. And we can start talking about that as opposed to, let's say, hey, let's just squash it out. Especially when we have way too many information that projects, that tells us that not just projection, even in the past, that it's best for kids to be raised within this type of construct, right? But no, let's just dismantle everything. Let's keep going.
If you find someone that you actually want to be with, yeah, you can laugh.
It's true though. I agree with you.
Listen, you can laugh, but the way the divorce rate's going right now, it's
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
But I'm saying if you have like a relationship contract.
The divorce rate is a function of so many other things. It has nothing to do with the type of contract. After all, if you want to call it a contract, they're destroying it. They're divorcing, right? So the contract is not stopping you from achieving anything. The only thing is your feelings about the contract. You're pissed off that people are divorcing and it's 50% divorce. Well, it's a way of discontinuing the contract. That, if that was the goal, it's already accomplished. You just have to be happy and be okay with it. And yes, I think everyone should be in a space right now where it's okay if people are not working out and they want divorce, because clearly it's not working out. But what is your solution? Let's just write it down that it's going to only last 2 years. Well, how much effort do you think you're going to put in if you knew that it's only going to last 2 years? If you knew that, hey, the end of the road is already potentially 2 years, right? Hey, I'm just going to cheat, I'm just going to misbehave. Right? We're talking about people's lives. They're doing life with you. Let me just misbehave so that, worst case scenario, 2 years is over. I can hide my lies for 2 years. So I can get away with my lies in 2 years. Also, I can feel better about myself since it's not working out. Oh, it didn't work out for me. Bro, can you tell me it didn't work out for you, right? You're not telling us about that part. You don't have to. But we can tell these things. We can see these things from afar, right?
That last it, you decide with your partner, well, let's try this for a year. If we're happy after a year, we'll continue the contract. And within that contract, you can stick.
That's why you date. That's why you have girlfriends. That's why you have a fiance. Last time I checked, it's not illegal. It's not a legal proceeding to discontinue an engagement. That's why you get to know people, right? But let me guess, you're trying to have a holistic, accurate mathematical solution here where in 2 years you just know for a fact if we can do this for a life or not. And that's your problem because, again, romantic relationships, which is what we're talking about, is a journey of faith. You cannot use math. This is why you keep failing. So let's just write it. Let's make it 1 year, 2 year. Let's keep on.
Stipulate to your partner, and your partner can stipulate to you exactly what they want from the relationship and exactly what they expect from the relationship.
The reason I think marriage is outdated is because a lot of ways in.
So women would make lists, but now we have men saying exactly what you want from the relationship. What do you think they want from the relationship? They want to do life with the person. They want to, like, what was that? I said that earlier. Let me read that out again. Right? Like individuals who want to come together, love and care and grow together. They have that. But it's not working for some people. Why not? It's because of the long-term contract. That right there is cap.
The cap.
Let's continue.
How the government oversees marriage is largely based on the way society worked 60 years ago. So the whole reason why, the divorce court and family court seem today so biased towards the woman was because those laws were set up in a time where women didn't have the same earning potential as men, they didn't have the same rights as men. But now they do, but those laws haven't been updated. So,
no, there's more information around that. There's more information there. You're correct on that one point, but there's also, why is it that a lot of the laws are skewed towards protecting women and children? You keep taking out the children part, right? Yeah, it's protecting women and children. That's what it's skewed more in that direction. You're right. This is why your best bet is to learn how it works. wherever you are in the stages right now, either before you get to the marriage or you're already 2 years into 5 years, stop everything and learn how it works. Learn how you're probably having a crisis already, and now you're like, nah, I know she's trying to steal all my money. No, she's not. She came in to do that life with you, right? I know he just, he's just there. He just wants to do the patriarchy thing. No, he would have told you with his full chest that he wants to be a polygamist. Okay, he fell in love too. That's why he's doing the whole wedding with you, right? There's something you're missing that you don't know. Stop everything and re-engage wise counsel and learn what you need to learn about how it works. This has nothing to do with what type of contract you signed. It has everything to do with you and how prepared you are. Listen, you don't have to be prepared. You have today. You have this moment. You can stop and say, hey, we're having issues. I would like to address this. But let me guess. You're afraid of saying, I want us to address our issues so we can have a healthy relationship. You're afraid of saying that because you don't know what's going to come from that. You don't know how she's going to respond. You don't know how he's going to respond. Well, that's the tough part. That's the work. You have to do the work. You're not going to get some quick, easy answer by let's just dismantle all of the type of contracts in New Jersey State, in Dallas, Texas, in London. Let's just dismantle everything because of your own situation. That doesn't make any sense. The society we're still living in is still a patriarchal society. It's still going to be designed to protect women and children. I don't care how many words salad you put together to try to make yourself feel good because you have all the stats. It's bullshit. The society we live in, the rules, the laws, okay, because of other data that also points in the direction of more violence, in the direction of women and children, we're just going to pretend like this thing don't exist. It's designed that way. Guess who designed it? Men. That has nothing to do with your capabilities of keeping your home together. Both man and wife. You notice in this conversation, nobody talked about the fact that this is romantic relationships. Nobody talked about the fact that emotional intelligence and social skills. No, the only thing closest to that is that he's saying, oh yeah, it was designed for 1960, blah, blah, blah. No. You are trying to operate like you live in 1960. And you're refusing to adjust. That's the problem. Let's keep going.
So I do think it's outdated. Also, there was a conversation earlier saying that marriage is taken seriously in the government. No, it's not. Because in marriage, you say for better, for worse, till death do us part, and people get divorced all the time. I would consider getting married today if it was illegal to get divorced.
I hear that. I actually hear that.
Marriage, you say for better, for worse, till death do us part, and people get divorced all the time.
That's a fact.
I would consider getting married today if it was illegal to get divorced.
He would consider getting married today if it was illegal to get a divorce. Why? Why do you need to hold another human being hostage? I don't understand. Like, I get it. On paper, again, this is why I said you're stuck on math and paper, right? In what's textbook, right? Since it's to death do us part, we should just make it illegal. Dude, we're also more enlightened that you, first of all, take care of yourself. Why are you so stuck on holding another human being hostage if it's not working out, right? Why? What's this obsession? Doesn't that sound crazy to yourself when you said it? Just make it illegal for a person who doesn't want to be with me to live with me. What does that say about your own self-respect and self-love? And loving yourself, what does that say? Listen, if a person doesn't want to be with me, I don't want them with me. I don't care what the Bible said about marriage. I don't don't care. Don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Don't care.
Still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care what the Bible said. If she doesn't want to be with me, ladies, you should feel the same way. If he doesn't want to be with you, you shouldn't want to be there either. Doesn't mean you're not going to be sad because Kelly, you just chopped hot breakfast. I understand the emotions, right? But your self-esteem needs to be a little bit healthier than trying to hold other people on stage in your life because you hate the fact that divorce is legal. That is crazy. We need to do better.
I hear that. I actually hear that.
Yeah, I think
it's too easy to get divorced.
I think marriage as an institution works, but the problem is the way they do it.
He said it's too easy to get divorced. Is it easy to get divorced? Did you realize that that's a mindset? Did you realize that that's subjective? How easy exactly is it to get divorced? Let's keep going.
Today just doesn't work. Women are different today. The institution works.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I
Because
think
it's too easy to get divorced.
I think marriage as an institution works, but the problem is the way they do it today just doesn't work. Women are different today than they were in the 1950s. It's not the same type of women.
And essentially, what was my...
The problem is that people are not adjusting with the times. People want to have their cake and eat it too. Right? Women want traditional men, but they don't want to maintain some traditional roles. Men want traditional women, but it's completely unrealistic. We're all modern people. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to adjust. With respect to the reason why they came together in the first place. Romantic reasons, but hopefully you build a long life family together. It's about the family once you're inside of a family. Everyone wants to operate marriage in a selfish way. Everyone is conflicting self-love with selfish. Those are two different lanes, they don't meet ever. Let's keep going.
Like when you got married, you were getting married to a virgin. That's the whole white dress thing, right?
Nah, dude. That's your fantasy in your head. There were people that were not virgins when they got married back in the days. The other issue is that a lot of things were not documented back in the days. The only thing you know is what was documented. You should assume that there have always been bad people in this world. There have always been people breaking the rules of the game and people trying to game the system of any system. You should assume that and stop living in fact. It's such an ugly picture to see men living in la fantasy land where all human beings are just perfect. That was written down because it was the ideology. It was the ideology that guided that society back then. Am I asking everybody to not have white cloth for marriage right now? I'm saying no, you can't. It's highly likely you won't. Should that stop you from building a family like a human being in 2023? That's what you're suggesting. And your face is disconnected from that, from what you're suggesting. You don't want that. You want a wife that will be with you for a lifetime. And you're refusing to engage the skill set involved in that. Instead, you want to pull out a 2-year contract. A retarded solution at best. Let's keep going.
You'll be hard pressed to find a virgin woman nowadays. You're going to get married to. So a man knows that he was going to get this woman untouched and she was going to be his for life. Yeah. You ain't getting no untouched woman nowadays.
And that's the thing. If a woman slept with...
that was the standards that was written down. It wasn't necessarily the reality of everyone.
She's a virgin. She has an 80% chance of having a happy marriage in 10 years. If she slept with more than 5 partners, which most men would pray for nowadays, it goes down to...
Oh, Pearl is so happy to regurgitate the same bullshit that's written on a website somewhere. She's so happy to regurgitate that shit. That's retarded. Retarded behavior. I'm not saying stats is not useful, but like, come on. Come on. These conversations need to go a little bit deeper than that. There's an 80% chances that stop it. Stop the
It goes down to a 20% chance. So women are different than they were in the 1950s.
Also, as well, I think nowadays...
She made a good point there. Women are definitely different. What are you going to do about it, gentlemen? Oh, by the way, it's not just women that are different. Gentlemen, you are different too. What are you going to do about that? Or just fantasize about going back to those days and cap all day like, no, we're the same. You're right, modern men and women.
People get married for love, but marriage has always been about duty.
Yes.
It's always been about, when you say you marry someone, you're saying, I am committing to fulfilling the role of being the husband to you and the father to the children, for better, for worse, and vice versa, for the woman being the wife and the mother. But now everybody gets married for love, and love fluctuates. But
people get married for clout.
People do get married for clout, okay? All you have to do is work on yourself. So your discernment radars are off the charts. There are still people that get married the proper way. Most people in healthy marriages are engaged with their duty and responsibility, or else it won't work. And clearly, Even those that are not in happy marriages are still engaged in those duties and responsibilities. You're very quick, young people of nowadays, to say, oh, half of those marriages are not happy. Okay, but they're staying. Why? Because somebody's still engaged in the duty and responsibility. But guess what? You want to completely negate the happiness part of it, the emotional. It's not the happy thing. You keep calling it happy. The emotional part of it. You want to negate, you want to completely discount and pretend that doesn't exist. And call it work. Because even back then, emotions was part of human beings. If a person doesn't feel safe, if your husband doesn't feel safe, emotionally, your wife emotionally around you, they're not going to be able to engage their duty and responsibility. They'll be looking for exit signs everywhere. A husband don't necessarily go and file a divorce. We know that from numbers. They just wait there and cheat and engage in other activities, extracurricular activities outside. But they're gone, right? They're not having the right conversations because it's the blind. He has black glasses. The blind leading the blind. A bunch of unmarried people talking about what they don't understand from their limited experiences. And that's problematic. That's part of the problems. The papers, the rules, the laws, the rule of law, they're ideologies that guide us. We try our best to obey them. People still catch tickets on these roads. Why? Because they're human beings. No one is perfect. And if they do it repeatedly, they might end up in jail. A lot of them are able to pay a little fine and get away with it. They don't go around and say, let's change the laws. The only time we do that is in romantic relationships. And then we pretend we're not talking about romantic relationships. It's just duty and responsibility. Stop the cap.
You also used to have the families involved.
Very much so.
And so like fathers would vet the people that their daughters were seeing.
Right.
Now it's like girls will go after the guy that like.
That's because you all are choosing to get older before you engage marriage. If you're 37 years old woman, you can choose not to involve. You might not even be on good terms with your father. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it's kind of to be expected. If you're a 32-year-old man, before you start to think about marriage, listen, you're not thinking about, you've been an adult for like last 24 years. Okay, not 24. 12 years. That girl has been sleeping over at your house for 2 years. How much vetting are they going to do for you? The times have changed in so many other directions, but you have to take responsibility for that. Right?
Feels good.
It
feels good, but that's not usually the best husband.
And guys will do the same thing. Guys will go after a girl that...
An IG baddie.
Yeah, an IG baddie that looks great, and you know what? Her whole attitude is ridiculous, and she doesn't know...
Thank God at least he's holding men accountable right now. Usually they don't, but at least it's balanced.
How to be a mother. She doesn't know how to be a cook. She doesn't know how to clean. She doesn't know how to do all of the things that you would expect from the duties that you would expect from a wife. So yeah, I just...
He said the duties. Is the do-e part? The do-e. A do-e. No, it's the do-e. These people, man. The duties you would expect from... If you expect to make 80 grand a year and she's going to make the other 80 grand a year to give you guys a good lifestyle, right? Your definition of duty might change because she will still be engaged in duty. But it looks like you have your own list already. Let's go back.
Her attitude is ridiculous, and she doesn't know how to be a mother. She doesn't know how to be a cook. She doesn't know how to clean. She doesn't know how to do all of the things that you would expect from the duties that you would expect from a wife. So yeah, I just think, the institution's outdated because I think human beings in the West generally have outgrown the essentials of what marriage is.
So we should just dismantle the whole thing.
I could hear the chairs like creaking back there, like double dutch, like they want to get in.
There were so many points I disagreed with. I just need to say.
Before we get into our disagreement, let me see what you all are saying here. Fumi, good to see you, Fumi. She said the craziest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, that's... What did he say again? I forgot. Something about divorce should be illegal. Like, what are you talking about, man? You might need that divorce, dude. You might need that divorce to run away from a crazy person. sounds like an insecure person. Yeah, a lot of this is coming from insecurity. A lot of the talking points you just made, except Pearl. Pearl is ignorant. The only thing she knows is statistics, recorded data on the internet, and basically the talking points she's heard from men and all the worst that society has to offer in terms of ladies. You know, she keeps engaging a bunch of women who wants just money. So she's very quick to go in that direction. She doesn't know what she's talking about for the most part. She don't care too. Go and say I don't care. This guy in the glasses is really something. It seems to be speaking. It's all experience. It's all personal. It's all personal. I promise you. I promise you. Let's continue. Let's see what she wants to say.
Okay. Firstly,
are we talking about marriage being outdated? You think it's not outdated?
The divorce statement. It is hard to get divorced. I say that because there are several steps you have to take.
Anybody with any sense knows that even if you went to the court and represented yourself and you said you want no contest, it's the hardest thing for any human being to end a marriage. Every human being. You can make an argument that, you know, society is making it easier. See, easier is not the direct opposite of hard or difficult, right? It's more difficult to be direct opposite of easier. But difficult, divorce is always difficult. It's always difficult for a person who entered a marriage, a typical person, not your IG models, not the advocates of this world. We're not talking about crazy people. We're talking about normal people, like majority of people. It's a difficult thing for anybody to end a marriage that they subscribe to for a lifetime. It's difficult because some of them, it might feel like it's easier for them because suddenly you woke up one day, your wife just wanted divorce. It might seem easier because of that, but she's been nursing this in her mind for years. A lot of times it's been over. She's just looking for courage to say she can't continue. And part of the reasons being you're completely oblivious to what is going on. You don't even know that your wife is about to, like most men in this situation, you don't know she's about to ask you for divorce. You haven't been paying attention. Complacency. Right? So it's like no wonder. No, but it's easy. It's so easy. No, it's not easy. She's right. It's not easy. Is it easier? Yes, people have more. Is it easier than what? Than 1960s? Yes. Why? Because it was 1960. Duh. Jesus Christ.
You have to prove to the courts that you have tried everything. You have to go through mediation. You've got to go to counselling. Mm-hmm. You've got to get a decree nisi. You then have to wait 6 months, a year to see whether you can form again, and then you get your divorce.
Would you agree that if 50% of people that get married are doing it, it's not that hard?
No, I would agree that Pearl, I want to be nice, Pearl. Please, I know you have 1 million subscribers. I get it. In fact, I'm a hater on that level, right? Because I would like to have 1 million subscribers too. You did a fantastic job with that, by the way. Fantastic job. But this conversation is just keep asking questions. Oh, I got caught up in my emotions. She was asking questions.
Because it's not hard enough that it deters. But
that means out of us 6.
It's not hard enough. Why would you want it to be harder than if you need to escape from what you consider as a man crazy? Why would you want it to be harder than it needs to be? Do you ever look at it from both sides, or no, I'm just going to take my side on code? Terrible.
Of us would be able to get a divorce.
Yeah, that's the same way that if I had 6 women here, half of us would probably be able to make babies and half wouldn't. And some would say it's easy to procreate. Some would say it's easy to conceive. Some say it was...
Exactly. She's made a good point. It's subjective. It depends on what angle you're looking at it from. If you're a man who chopped serious breakfast, it's no wonder you felt like it was too easy. Because you chopped breakfast. If you're a person that needed to escape because you're hearing voices in your head and you feel like your life is about to, like you feel like you're in a encapsulated up in a place that you don't want to be, it's hard. Subjective, right? Can we have this conversation at this levels and not from your personal, because it's obviously personal, right?
It's easy to give birth, but it's not.
Do you think it's hard to give birth?
That's incorrect. That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
I think most women can give birth.
80% of women have reproduced historically.
I'm talking about how complicated it is with the food that we eat.
She knows all the stats. You see, it's wahala. This is serious wahala. She knows all the stats.
The contraceptives that we take, the lifestyle that we choose to live.
Right.
Things are complicated.
If you make
There's multiple layers there are multiple factors and variables that affect these things. Your data ends up in the poto instantly. Especially when you have no experience to interpret them properly.
When I'm talking about twerking, because I twerk,
You do
does
twerk?
that, I do.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean that I'm not wife material?
To some men,
If you were my wife,
Yeah.
and you went to a club and you were twerking,
So are we saying strippers are not
get
wife
out
material?
of here, man.
Wait, no.
Strippers are not wifey material. I'm sorry. Whatever her name is. No. All right. Let me ask you, lady. Is stripper wifey material for your son?
More value.
Why not?
That's
Yeah,
her job.
I agree.
But why can't it be my job? Why can't it be my job? I got a fat ass and I know how to make
Not my
money
wife.
for me.
Someone
Why?
else's.
Not fat ass, so she got fat. She got fat ass. Jesus Christ.
Give me someone else's wife.
This is what you want to do. You want the benefits.
She's
without the
trolling now. She's trolling now.
The consequences, men aren't attracted to women that shake their ass on a pole outside of a one-night stand. They're not attracted to that long-term tip.
Oh, Pearl is she's so serious. She's ready to regurgitate the point. She's right though. Okay, men will smash anything, but it's different from taking you home to mama. It's two different things. But let's
Because historically, men had to ensure paternity.
So I'm at carnival and I'm shaking my ass. I'm not wife material.
No.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you?
She's trolling. She's trolling.
No, I'm being serious.
Can I ask you a question?
She can't be serious. She's trolling, right?
No, hang on. I tell you what.
You are ruling out half of the band next week at carnival, yeah?
I tell you what you are. You're someone else's wife material. You're not mine. But I'm saying if you go to a club and you're twerking with a guy and you're my wife, you're no longer my wife. You're his girl for the night.
She was trolling. I hope so. Some of them are not trolling. Some of these girls are serious.
My wife wouldn't do that.
Marriage is a concept.
All right, let's leave that alone. Let's leave that alone. They had like multiple segments in there. That was fun to react to. Let's see what time it is. All right. So let me see. Let's see what you guys are talking about. 80% of women may be able to give birth, but it does not mean it's easy. Yeah, again, she's speaking just facts, no experience. She's 25, so I can't judge her too much. Cherry picking data is so problematic. By the way, at 25, yeah, she's 25 and never left the house. So I think the first time she left the house, she became a YouTuber. So I don't know. I can't take her too seriously. Fumi says, so what about people who met their spouse at a club? Listen, it's a very tricky thing. A lot of people met their spouse at carnivals, at clubs and stuff like this. I think they were talking particularly about twerking. It just depends, man. There's too many nuances to it. That's why it's a very stupid conversation. So just because you twerk, you can't be a wife material. Like, what do you mean twerk? Where? Where were you twerking? Did you twerk every day on the internet? Is this just something you're... Like, if we have to blanket it, a twerker, a person who is just looking for every opportunity to twerk, yes, most likely most men will judge you, want to smash, and that's about it. Okay? I'm being honest with you, just in case you didn't know that before. Okay? I was saying it does not happen ever. That's what it sounded like, but it does happen. All those guys wife up anything from anywhere. If they fall in love, if you rub their head the wrong way, they will fall in love with you, impregnate you, and then end up in a poto, and then try to shame you, even though they are the one that married you. I'm just letting you know what's going on out there. It's crazy. But let's do this. Let's do one more short story. I know I said it's going to be short, but it looks like you guys are having a good time. Let's do one more. I promise. Just this one. This one is a hell of a story. So I want to make sure, because tomorrow I have a one story session. So I want to make sure I cover this before I miss out. My wife was responsible for this. So stay tuned. As in twerk ibiti bawo. Twerk where? Dumbass conversations. But anyway, let's I'm gonna play this video. This video was featured on so just in case you don't know, my wife, she's the one responsible for our page, Lola and Ola, on Instagram. So just in case you didn't know that this page existed, let me show you. Lola and Ola, she's relentless. We also share my reels there as well. I share my reels, but for the most part, she's the one responsible for it. Let me show you. There you go, right there. So make sure you're following it. We've been building this page for a while, and make sure that you're engaging it. So she posts videos. She has a new one here, but I want to review this one. So she posts all type of relationship, fun, what do you call it? Funny stuff, funny relationship stuff. And this is another one that I think we should let's go through it together.
Mama, what's going on here? What's happening?
What are they saying massive I am doing? Of course I'm preparing my son's favorite meal, banga soup and stash. Or do you want him to die of malnutrition?
Mama, you walk into my kitchen, in my house. You mean that I am cooking food for my husband to eat, and you drop my food down, and you're cooking what I don't know about?
Food? Food? What food? Noodles in the morning, noodles in the afternoon, noodles at night. Do you want to kill my son?
Mama, it's my husband complaining.
He doesn't have to complain. Do you know how many times he has been to the hospital in the past 6 months? Your mates prepare pounded yam and vegetable soup for their husbands. But you were not well trained. You can't even cook anything nice for my son.
Mama, that what you're saying about meat or no meat. I and my husband have got it like I told you earlier. And he does not complain of my food. And this is my house. I will cook whatsoever I want for my husband. When he comes to visit you in the village, Mama, you give him anything you want. I don't have a say in that. But as far as this is my house, this is my territory. You don't come here. Mama, tell me what to do or what to cook for my husband. You don't do that.
All this nonsense you have just finished saying, they are in your pocket. I will prepare my son's favorite food.
In my pocket, you will prepare. Yes. Let me see how you prepare. You asked for it. What are you doing? What are you doing? To do my hey! There you go. I've done my boss. I'm maltreated in their houses. Mama! You deserve it. You deserve it. When you allowed your mother stay here, look what she has done to you. Wrecking havoc in my house. In our house. Sorry. Sorry.
You see what you married? See what you married? You better do something.
What is my offense?
Animal shit.
What? Is it a crime to have a mother? Is it a crime to marry a wife? What is this?
All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. Who is at fault in all of this? I'm asking you now. Who is at fault in this story? The mother or the wife? How do you see this? So I'm waiting. What do you think about this? Who is at fault here? See, this in-law palava, wahala. It will never end. It will never, ever end. This in-law issues. It will never end. It will always be. It's going to be a major topic. It's going to be a major topic in our next book, Love and Prestige. By the way, make sure you pick up the rest of the other books at loveandprestige.com. We're working on the other book right now. D-Law says both. What do you mean by both? Both are at fault. Let me see what they're saying on that comment. Thank God for this. This is a friend. He says both women have issues, serious one at that. It is important for the mother-in-law to approach with wisdom. I agree. And very important for the daughter-in-law to learn with patience. Patience can cook a rock. How did they say it? Kini kan lè ṣe omi jìnnà, ṣe òkúta jìnnà. Sùúrù lè ṣe òkúta jìnnà. Patience can cook a rock. That's true. Listen, I don't care how perfect, how much you vetted your relationship, your marriage, your blah, 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 your partner. This is going to happen to you. Not exactly in this way. It's going to come from a blind spot. Right? It's going to come from your blind spot in particular. So the first thing is relax. Don't be so quick to react, right? It's how you react to issues. It's not about preparing yourself so that it will never happen to you. That's a lie. You're lying to yourself. It will happen to you, but it will come from a blind spot. It won't look like this exact picture you are seeing right now. So the first thing you should learn in this kind of stuff is patience. Without conflicting it with why should I be patient? It looks like they just want to cheat. The cheating is too much. They're just taking advantage of me. Listen, if we're talking about emotional stuff, especially, there's no cheating. In love and war, all is fair. What I'm asking you to do is engage your power. Take a little bit of time, deep breath to engage your power. Don't be so quick to give your power away by overreacting, right? So usually I address the person who is complaining. Unfortunately, this is just them telling the story. But the person who felt offended from the beginning of this story was the young lady, the wife. So I have to address her. If you come into your kitchen or into whatever that you consider your territory is being taken over by somebody else, and you know that this person is, because let's be honest, she can't pretend like we can't pretend like there weren't already tension between them before. There was tension now. So it's not exactly 100% surprise. It could be some level of surprise there. It's like she looked like she was ready for this woman. Like she's testing me. She's testing me. You're testing me. Like she's already nursing, like preparing. I would do shaggy for her. Damn. Or Bela. Or is it Banga? They call it Banga. Hey, Jesus. Right? It's serious. Gomez, a house of commotion. The wife should have just ignored her and report to the husband. That's a good point. Exactly. Right? We know it's the obvious part about this is that the woman is obviously trying to make a statement of, this is my son. It's terrible for mothers to do that. It's a lot of them will continue to do that, especially if they feel like you're disrespectful. Listen, what the wife just did, she's not new to that. That's the way she conducts herself. It's very easy to say, no, she made me do it. No. This is who you are. There's certain types of temperament that will never find themselves doing this. Okay, so not only did you overreact to an obvious crisis, an obvious trap by the devil to trap you, right? Not only did you fall into the trap, literally into the trap, right? Not only that, I'm also putting it to you that this is how you are, okay? And this is probably part of the thing that helped build this up to here, right? Is the woman guilty? The mother-in-law? Yes, of course. But that's the obvious part. That's the easy part. If you look in the comments right here, right? If you look in the comments, that's the easy part. Let me see. Chiamaka here says, no, let me make sure I address you, my audience, first, before I go back to the comments. Both can be more patient and empathetic towards each other. There's an extremely higher chance that woman cannot be patient because she's older and you can't teach old dogs new tricks. If you're the one that you're about to react to a crisis, I will have to tell you that you have power that you did not engage. Okay? And that's patience. Patience doesn't mean you become a doormat. Okay? It just means you back off. You know, Agboto fast saying you go back like, wow, she's really trying me, right? Like, you could start with say, hey, this is what Mama did today. What do you think about that? Like, give him the opportunity to be a man. You're literally defining. You're literally getting the upper hand by doing that. Mama did this today. I'm a little confused about that. What do you think? Don't. I'm sorry, my wife. You know, blah blah blah. Or he might say, if it's worst of them, he might say, leave that thing alone. You know this, Mama, and stuff like that. He will not acknowledge the fact that that has to feel some type of way for you. Majority of them, if they're a young couple, they will do exactly that. Listen, they might have even learned it in premarital counseling or DIFA. When you're inside of it, it's a different ballgame. It might help small a tad bit to be prepared for certain things, but experience will be your mate, right? Everyone is at fault. I'm coming with my reasons next. Okay, go, man. I agree with you. We all treat our sister-in-laws so well, even more than our brothers. When I marry, I was hoping the same, but he's shocked. He shocked you.
He shocked you.
Let's see. No rip CC of waiting I saw. Yeah, I know rip CC of waiting I saw. Listen, you know, actually, I'm trying to prepare you as much as I can for this moment to the future. But the best thing I can tell you is don't overreact. Crisis is coming. It will come in different shapes and forms, particularly to come from your blind spot. So it won't look like the story you're watching. But after you've gone through it, you'll be like, I was told that this will happen, but it will come from a blind spot. Thank God I didn't overreact. You don't have to have the answer. Gentlemen, you don't have to have the answer right now. Don't be so quick to want to fix everything like now. Like, drink water. Go and take a shower. Say, excuse me, let me take a shower. We'll talk about this. You don't have to have the answer. The best answer is to be able to stay calm in the middle of chaos. To be able to bring structure, safety, security, to hold your frame. Right? Because honestly, you probably don't have the answer immediately because you're caught up in the whole mess too, right? You don't have to have the answer. Not right now. The best answer is a function of your patience level, conflict resolution, right? First, the mom needs to respect the home of his son and his wife, boundaries, right? But again, that will be pretending that there hasn't been issues that's been building up to that moment, right? I'm not exonerating the mother. I'm just saying she's basically mimicking the level of respect that the son has been able to build for that family. Yes, I said it. You're always blaming the man. Yeah. She's mimicking the level of respect that the son had for his family at this point, okay? It could be a first-time crisis, but very likely it is not. It's highly likely it is. Extremely likely it is not the first time they're seeing this kind of stuff coming. Okay, so this kind of event don't fall out. We always try to pretend like this kind of event fall out of the skies, out of nowhere. Now lie, now cap, big time cap. Okay, can we tell ourselves the truth?
Stop the cap.
The husband did not put. I was reading ahead of you. Sorry, Gome. The husband did not put the boundary in place. I was already ahead of you. I promise. You would think I was copying you, but we're on the same page, same place. Right? The husband did not put the boundary in place with his mom, and hence wife the conflict. The wife should have been more understanding. Love it, love it, love it, and reason right? See, understanding is a little bit of an unrealistic expectation of her. She can't understand a crisis. It's a crisis. That's why you can't understand it. That's why don't deceive yourself that you can answer that question by arguing and doing all this and throwing the spaghetti. Oh, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Just like, where's my... Okay, excuse me, I'll be right back. That woman knew exactly what she was trying to do. She knew exactly what she was doing. The idea is for you not to fall into it, right? Words spoken calmly turns away rage. Yes. Yeah, but it's the rage. It's probably hard to turn that rage off. The only thing you can do is just, and listen, everything I said just now, including what you're suggesting, Gomez, is easier said than done. That's why we're talking about it, right? It's easier said than done. It's just better to just completely back off, grab your keys, take a drive, have your husband come and listen. I'm not gonna be in this house for that. I don't know what just happened, but I'm extremely frustrated, and I don't know what to do. I am extremely frustrated. Show him what it looks like to be frustrated, right? Not by the rage, not by throwing stuff. And this is what you just saw right now. Let me explain what you just saw right now. What was the example the other day? Let me see if I can pull it up. Remember the story of Wumi Toriola? Wumi Toriola, we covered that some few days ago here. Let me pull that up right now. It's very, very important to connect this with that. Okay, very, very, because I keep saying this is going to happen to you. It's going to come from a blind spot. When people start to tell the story later, it's going to feel like somebody's lying. Okay, you're going to start to think that somebody is telling lies because what they remember is the experience. Can you imagine the experience of the guy who just got spaghetti thrown on him? What do you think his experience is? He didn't see everything that happened before that. He didn't see how his mother was yelling at her. He didn't see any of that, right? Let's bring up this Wumi Toriola story again. She's been divorced for a year. She just announced in the last few weeks, that she's been divorced for a year. And the story, let me see, Gistlover is involved in this again. A famous blogger, Gistlover, had also hinted at the marriage crash. Oh, she knows everything, really. Cleaning the air of the rumors, the battle on. Okay, there has been a lot of media attention on me lately regarding my marriage. Let me see. Regarding my marriage, yes, it is true the marriage is over. We have gone our separate ways for over a year now. It didn't work out. There was no need for drama, hence my reason for not letting my fans know. But yesterday I saw a report where it was alleged that I was violent. Okay? The mother threw the spaghetti on him, right? So maybe that picture looks like you can believe a little bit that your mother was getting violent, right? But what you just saw is what a lot of people were narrating the story as violence. So thank God he just said, if you got, a lot of men might get angry that you were in that kind of tussle with their mother if they don't know any better, if they can't think deeper, if they lack emotional intelligence, they'll just be like, I saw you fighting with my mother. How would they narrate that? Okay. So here she's defending, Wumi Toriola was defending herself. She said, I am not a violent person. I have not had to exchange punches with anyone. So this young lady we just watched in that video, she will claim the same thing. But wouldn't that depend on who is narrating the story? Or who saw what? Because she was the first one to go and throw the banga soup inside of the sink, right? Gomez says, in another extreme case, it may be a vindictive mom. She was definitely being vindictive. She was being vindictive, definitely. You know, anyone fit be witchy, right? Right. So it depends on who is narrating the story, right? Who is narrating the story? And then you say, no, that's a lie. The husband of Wumi Toriola, this guy right here, he came out and said she was fighting my mother. She was beating. That was the word he used. He was beating my mother, allegedly, right? So it depends on what angle of the story you saw. Hey, what I'm saying is that when people start to narrate DV stories, don't just always assume that somebody just wants to be evil. It's when people can't control themselves, when they lose themselves, when they lose their emotional centeredness, control, and especially if a man is involved who doesn't know how to de-escalate, who is also caught up in trying to protect his mother instead of trying to de-escalate, right? When you end up in such situation with such immature men, a kind of man, I'm sorry to say, I don't know this guy, but that if he allegedly said that if you came out and said your ex-wife was beating your mother, that's probably lack of emotional intelligence. Okay, if you especially like, come on, like you can't, like there's no good that come out of saying that. The only there's a temporary feeling of throwing your ex-wife under the bus. That's about it. The rest of it, you will just collect. That's it. Last. You will just collect.
Sure, well,
all right, so that's that. I don't know. We're supposed to be 2 hours. Let's just call it extra overtime. So this was a good session. I will continue to follow the other story. Tomorrow we have we're going to be reacting to Daddy Freezer video. I have not seen it. My wife said, oh my god, you have to see. I said, no, I have to see it with my Prestige family. Okay, so we're going to be reviewing that tomorrow. I don't really have time to prepare for, so we're just going to sit down here tomorrow and react to that. So don't miss out on that. It's already scheduled. Go back there and click on the notify me. Okay, that way you're notified. Then do me a favor. Okay, do me a favor. Your support is highly appreciated here. Okay, every type of support, financial, likes, anytime you hit that like button, you're supporting us. Okay, so please hit that like button on your way out. Grab a link to this video, share it to 3 people, just 3 people. That's it, right? Just say, hey, I think you should watch this video because of this, that, or say, hey, I hate this guy because of this. I know you won't do that, but you get the gist, right? Just help me share it. We're trying to build 1 subscriber at a time. Right now, we're a little bit over 2,200 subscribers. We're going for 100,000 this year, and you can help me do that. Okay, and also join the Prestige family on WhatsApp so you can get notified when I do come. You are guaranteed notification when I do come live, okay, which is about 5 p.m. every day that I come live. And you can use this phone number to send a WhatsApp text if the link is not working. Okay, hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. Olatuji, why are you always saying hello people when we're about to leave? Why are you doing this to me now? I know you're probably in the background. Good to see you. All right. Indy Tony says, who will be there soon? Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, and but yes, let's keep doing it together. We have lots of work to do because the influencers, we can't allow them to continue to. We get entertained by them, but there's the downside to it. We need to be addressing the downside. Okay, so shout out to you, Indy Tony. Shout out to everyone that was here today. Chinye, everybody in the background listening. D Love, shout out to you. I appreciate you. Fumi, everybody, Angela, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to Sir Hill for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Tonya, everyone. All right. Thank you so much. And hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one, and peace.
miss your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done